H.O.G.
Cheddar. Hey. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, black, black. It's black, 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 black. Yeah. Discrimination and hating got put through all that. Big dog, CEO, I wear all hats. Never lied to you once, I spit all facts. That was our people sprayed with the water hose. That was our women raped and then called hoes. How I'm done, my ancestor taught your child to read. Not to mention all the resources we created. Why they didn't want to see black families together? Would it be too strong with two parents at home? Young nigga better listen to this pimpin'. Don't you ever let the police get you slipping. Fuck playing with guns, educate yourself. Now lead your son. You gon' treat your lady right if you respect your mom. Otherwise, treat the opposition how it comes. You're only a slave if you think you one, nigga. Yeah. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture. They placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, black, black. It's black, black, cheddar, black. Hey, I'm just a king from the south. I had a dream like Martin, I hope I live it out. Ay, black on black crime, it's a new time. It ain't just the opposite, I gotta watch mine. They smile in your face, but put a knife to your spine. You can do the same.
Hey, what it do, bro? Welcome to another episode of the H.O.G podcast show. The hardest podcast on the planet, man. It's B.O.T.S night, the grand finale, and I'm your host, Cheddar.
Man, Mr. CEO got if it ain't snowing, I ain't get snowing. Okay.
And I'm that damn fool financially, man. What's happening?
Already, man. You know what time it is. There's three things we gotta do. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna introduce our guests first. So tonight we got a couple different people from a couple different states. Somebody need to pull their volume down. It's echoing. So somebody got two devices going. That's one
device.
Yep. So we have on the screen tonight, we have Manifesting Millions right here below me at the Arkansas.
Hey, how you doing?
Right.
Hey, hold on, where the horns at? Wait, hold on. We gotta put the horn. Where the horns at?
To the right. There you go. To the right of her, we have Jay Scott. He's out of Kansas.
Yes, sir. What's going on, people?
Him on my screen. To the right of him, we have Miss V. She's out of the ARK as well. Big Hog. She's on tonight.
Big Arkansas.
Below Manifesting Millions, we have the product man himself, Night representing Virginia.
Mr. Put that butter on you.
Right of him, we got Shannon.
Hey y'all,
Shannon ripping it down there in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, man. Now, it's three things we gotta do before we get into content. Y'all already should know this by now. One of them is stay prayed up.
And the other one is stay papered up.
And you gotta stay pulled up, man.
Yes, sir. One of you look phone ass niggas echo though. Look phone ass nigga.
The milk of magnesia in my cup. This doing something.
Hey, so kicking it off. So this is what we're doing about the sexes. This is the grand finale. We have two shows to where like one show the men come on, second show the women come on, or vice versa, however. And then the last show is a collaboration of both. So shout out to my people in the building, my sister Laquita, my cousin Ray in the building. You know what time it is, man. Big
Hey,
So we talk about relationship issues, different things like that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the conversation, we try to sum things up on how we can get a solution to what's going on in the black culture, relationships, marriages, significant others, sneaky links, all that different type of bullshit.
Who being sneaky? Let me find out you out being sneaky.
What the fuck? So look. So look,
You can't be sneaky if your feet ain't done.
There you go.
And the heels cracking and everything like that. You can't
Ain't
have
man,
your
you
heels
sound like
cracking.
sandpaper across the floor and shit. What the fuck?
Exactly.
so
I'm
we
dead.
also got a game that we play on here. We got a game that we play on here that we'll play probably in the middle of the show. It's
What's it
called
called?
it's called Say It or Skip It.
Say it
Uh,
or sip it.
let me
Oh
get
Lord.
that ass a little.
Say it or sip it.
So when we get to that game, we talk about different things that we know male or female usually do. You know, it's just an all around general thing, and then we ask the question. So
Hey
how that
Shannon.
goes is if you answer to that, you don't got to sip. But if you don't have an answer to it or you try to plead the fifth, then you got to take a shot or
Hey
take
Shannon.
a water or whatever. It ain't got to be alcoholic beverage, but you know, it's the gist of it. So somebody, I'm still hearing the echo though.
Did I?
Yeah, man.
Are
I
y'all
think
sure
Because
it's not mine?
it's that
that
hat.
shit
It's
on.
the hat you got
I
on.
know it ain't mine.
It definitely ain't the head. It probably that snake
It
skin.
might be Gotti. He was echoing last night.
Wow, me?
Whoa.
That beard too close. That beard too close
Hey,
to the
there
Hold
you
mic.
on,
go. There you go.
let me mute. Let me mute.
Yeah,
Keep
muted. So it's still going. Somebody,
It's still
Yep,
echoing.
I got him.
yeah.
And I'm muted as well, so I know it's not
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
we'll do the mute test. Go ahead, Lee. Say something, Lee.
I'm muted. Why you want me to talk? Who not muted though? One, two.
Whole time is the cheddar.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Mute, Shannon. Mute yourself.
Let go.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let go.
Okay, well, I'll do that, y'all. What I'm doing?
Hold on, I'll
Mute.
do it. Shit.
It's
Because
got a
I'm
little
on my
mute at the
phone.
bottom.
I kept asking y'all that because it kept dropping
Oh,
off.
Shannon, is it two of you? Nah, it's not. We
Nah,
good.
now there's no
It got
echo. So who muted
I
and
ain't
then
no,
hearing it now.
no plural.
shit? It
It
came right.
wasn't me. It was me.
Nah, I don't think it was you.
Oh, okay.
No. So everybody can unmute. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, fuck it, cause
Okay,
anyway,
let's get into it. So, Manifest a Million. Before we came from behind stage, you know, you was mentioning some things that I wanted you to hold back for the show. So,
Where
Yeah.
she live from? Where
we
you live
starting
from?
with that.
we usually start off in a different direction, but I want to let the ladies go first tonight, and then we'll bring the conversation from
And
there.
please, and please say where you live from. I want to know where y'all live from too.
Okay.
Oh, we starting with that. Shit.
Man, we got comments already.
Let's get it. Go ahead, cuz.
So I am from Arkansas. I am manifesting millions. I am manifesting millions on all social media platforms. You can find me kind of everywhere. I am also an actress, so you'll be able to find me on a lot of different things from Tubi to other films and platforms soon. I want to thank Chochetta for inviting me on this show.
He ain't doing it like
And
that now. You gotta be thinking.
I'm gonna be big time. You know
He
what I'm
might be
saying?
nah.
So
Look,
I'm excited. So
Dude
I'm
got you
excited,
removed.
but for real
He ain't
though, we
doing like
finna
that.
get to
His
it.
his
I did
Wi-Fi
have
ain't
some
even together
stuff
for you to
I
be
want to
thinking
say
them that hard.
Shut up. He crazy.
though.
Hey, let's make the rules of
My bad.
when the big head ass nigga ain't in the big block like this, then he don't speak. So let the lady.
I ain't look at that.
Okay, so I guess I'm in the box. So anyway, when
Summer
we were
camp had
backstage, we were kind of talking about like different types of things like sexual cleansing. And I kind of want, male and woman perspective on what y'all think about a sexual cleansing. And for those who don't really know about it, it basically works with your significant other or someone that you're sexually active with. Y'all do like a 30-day cleanse. I mean, you can do this and be single as well, but you basically do a 30-day cleanse, no kind of ejaculation, sexual pleasing yourself for orgasms or anything like that. And you and that person can still be kind of like touching and all this other stuff, and you're supposed to be able to get to know each other more. Maybe you're going through something and maybe y'all need that attention, and you're supposed to give it like 30 days. I just want to know what people think about it.
So you saying pull up to the parking lot, but park outside the gate?
It's on that Kevin Gates shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you can touch the gate. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You know, you
Boy.
can touch the gate. I mean,
Hey,
it's supposed
hit a
to
home
help
run,
you.
but don't cross the plate. What the fuck? No.
Why? Why no though? Give me a like a reason of
It's,
why no.
it's,
Like so if your
Mm-mm.
woman came to you and said, "Hey, hubby, whatever, I think we should do this cleanse. I don't feel like, we're in tune with each other. Yeah, we have sex. Yeah, the
uh-huh.
sex is good, but I don't feel like we are really into each other's needs. I feel like we just go to Pound Town or whatever it is,
Oh,
and
oh.
that's all it is."
Like I gotta be on the deacon board if I got that type of this.
Not the deacon board. Not the deacon board.
Honestly,
Oh no.
the deacon board.
Y'all crazy.
Y'all gotta speak on that.
So what the ladies think? What
Okay,
y'all think? Do
so
y'all think
here
that?
I can go ahead and chime in. All right, y'all. I'm D. I'm from Arkansas. Thank you, Manifesting Millions, for inviting me on here. Thank you, Cheddar, for having me. Okay, so here's what I think.
Nice.
Intimacy is really what is going to build for a couple or even for yourself, and I think that is something that everybody is missing these days. People don't know how to be intimate. They know how to fuck. They know how to, be a sneaky link. They know how to do all of that, but there's that level of intimacy and trust that you can build with a person when you have that physical contact, but you leave out all that extra stuff. So I actually think it's something that could be healthy for yourself and or if you're in a relationship.
Mm. Mm. Miss Shannon. Oh, you muted yourself. You
Days
muted.
without
You
having
muted.
sex.
Oh, there she go.
I said I'm single, so I can go for 30 days without having sex. I've been longer. So I don't see a problem with that. But if I have a mate, though, I don't know how I don't know, contain myself with not having sex. I love sex, so I can't say
So
that I
so
don't.
how long do you stop when you know you got the flight itinerary in your pocket?
When I what?
When you got the flight itinerary, do you start the countdown then?
Getting flowed out.
Let me
Oh
stop.
my god!
You be like, I got the ticket. Let me slow
And
down a
y'all,
little
if
bit.
he gonna be doing this all night,
Yep.
like no, seriously though. But I have
Yeah, you
been
go ahead.
past 30 days without sex, so that is not an issue for me. And I'm with her. Was that D? Yes,
Hmm.
intimacy. People don't know how to be intimate. They just know how to fuck. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But
Hmm.
see, here's the thing. Can I add to mine?
Man, we
Yeah,
we
let
got
her.
the phone blowing up.
Of course. Give it a spotlight.
So, like you, Shannon, I'm single, and I have gone well over 30 days without Mm-hmm. any kind of sorts of explosive pleasure. But here's the thing. I think a lot of people are lacking intimacy with themselves. So maybe you ain't necessarily caressing yourself, but maybe it could be in some other ways that you're pampering yourself and you spending that time on self care to build intimacy within yourself to where you fall more in love with yourself to where it's easier for you to attract that healthy, like love and energy towards you because you're
Mhm.
in a much better space within.
Uh,
I can fuck with that. For
She's
sure.
deep. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like make sure that the grapes is
Yeah.
properly rinsed off before you eat them.
That shit is on point.
He
Yep.
he gonna say something crazy, so just
Oh,
just to
I'm
warn
sorry.
you.
I'm not put the camera on Lee because I think he about to go into Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, there you go.
Show you muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
It's a hat. Take that hat off, man. You ain't never been muted until you put that
Look,
hat on.
do him like this.
Never. Look at him. He's still muted. It's that hat, bro.
That's very stupid.
Hey, so what I'm saying is, I was gonna say this,
It's
like,
the third shift
so,
hat you got on.
so, cause you saying like, in like, so that includes like the toys and all of that. You like stripping yourself from any type of sexual
Oh.
pleasure, period, right?
Oh.
Nothing.
Oh, I want to
Okay.
hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm muted.
let,
I'm muted.
me go to the men's on it.
Okay.
I started off because I'm in the thing. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably something that I probably battle with first off. But I feel like I got a wife, so I'll be able to manage it.
Okay. Okay.
Who next, Lee?
No,
Yeah,
she manifest.
well,
Still want to say something?
I mean, in a deeper sense, because I was being an asshole earlier. If that's what she felt like we needed to do, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing. I'll do it. I see benefit in it. No lie, I do. I mean, it'll definitely like change my mind, turn my mind into thinking a different way. It'll probably make me a little bit more intimate with myself. So in turn, I'm more intimate with her.
That man.
So yeah, I mean, I could fuck with it. Like I said, I was just being an ass because I mean, like Shannon said, I love sex, shit, and I'm pretty fucking good at it. So
I'm learning something new every day.
you would also have to convince her. So, but she'll tell you some shit like, oh, before I met you, I hadn't had sex for like a year. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Cool.
you ain't went a year since. So,
All right, Jay Scott, what you
She's
feel
singing
about
that song. I don't need no other body.
Jay Scott?
Man, I mean, I agree with Lee. It's like if that what Mrs. Scott want, then that's what it is. You know, if she thinks that we need to, reset for a minute or whatever, get back. I mean, it is what it is. That's what married life is about. But me personally, I mean, every female get that 7 to 10 day reset already. That right there should be our reset off the rip. I mean, that's just me personally. Now, if now in the event that she feels we need to do a 30, 60 day reset, now I'm reevaluating myself as a man.
Damn.
It's like,
Well,
okay, I need to step my game up to keep that intimacy going. From wake up to bedtime, so we don't have to do them resets.
How many days again? Say how many
But
days? Say how
He
many
said
days?
reset.
but
don't add no
I
days,
need
man.
hold
to
on,
speak.
hold
Exactly.
on,
Hold on, let me give it to
hold
her.
on, hold on.
Who's speaking? Cheryl Swoops?
That was not me.
That was D.
I need to speak,
D.
but it was D.
Yeah, you want to go
No,
first?
it was D first because I gotta speak on some
Well,
stuff.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Oh,
okay.
man, try to connect.
So who going first? You or D?
D.
Okay.
Let D go.
Cool, go ahead.
Okay, so, but I think what y'all are forgetting is that the part of this whole cleanse is that you are still building intimacy. So you still getting the touch, you still getting the attention, you still getting all the caressing that you want. You just don't have the orgasm or the penetration.
Exactly.
So
no,
what are you saying?
no,
Is
no, 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 no.
Y'all don't
No,
like
no,
to
no,
cuddle?
no, no, no,
Hold
no,
on. So, hold on. Whoa. I just
no.
want to know if we still able to bite
Hey,
sandwich.
that shit is gonna cause a medical condition. Fuck that. No.
No.
Go ahead, Lee. That shit is gonna cause a medical condition. I know what the blue balls is. Stop playing.
No.
No, bro.
No.
No.
PTSD, huh?
No, I'm good.
He said PTSD.
Hey, look. Look. We can schedule conversations and massages and shit like that. But as far as like all that shit that we normally do before we do what we do, nah, we ain't doing that. Hell no. You know what the fuck gonna happen? I'm good. You gonna have my ass in the ER, man.
Miss
Swole
Shannon,
the fuck up.
you need a
I'm
break.
straight.
Miss Shannon need a break.
I'm
Oh
straight.
yeah, hold on.
What would warrant a break and to fit into this situation, Miss Shannon? And you got to unmute yourself.
Say that again. I couldn't hear. I couldn't.
What would warrant this break?
I didn't need a break. What you talking about?
All right, next question. Next question.
I
Wait,
didn't need a
Calandra.
break. I said, did you not understand what I said about that? I agreed with her, but I don't. I mean, I can go for 30 days. Are you saying what would make me not want to have sex?
Yeah, what would make you say I need a little hiatus?
Yeah.
Basically, if I see that it's just really more, since I'm single, I can say if I see that it's really more about sex, him wanting sex and not, like she said, true intimacy with me,
connection.
like cuddling and doing all that other stuff, because anybody can fuck me. But it takes a real man to just be with me and, do all that other stuff, like when he can't have sex with me.
what? Let me ask the group. What type of man is in the picture that makes you want to break? What type of man is really in the picture that makes you want?
So to me,
Kalon, yeah.
don't get it misconstrued. Break and cleanse is two different things. For
Yeah.
one, break is not doing anything. Like I want to
Right.
break from you. I don't want to do nothing with you. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to, that's a different thing in a relationship
Oh
or
yeah,
commitmentship or whatever.
that's
Now,
bad. Mm.
now, a cleanse, on the other hand, like I said, whether it's a significant other or someone you're always having that sexual whatever with, you want to go about it in a different way. Now, like for instance, he said he would battle with it with his wife. I don't think you would. I think the only reason you think cuz that you
Right?
would battle with it is because maybe that's what you're used to doing, sexual pleasure. It's
Mm-hmm.
more than sexual pleasure.
Right.
You can sit there and kiss on her neck. It might feel like you want to take it there, but
Ooh.
that's just what it is.
Ooh.
It's how to control yourself, how to know that I can take my wife here. I can do this. And it's not about like for instance, taking a break. Like I don't feel
Like
like they're not
withdrawal.
pleasing my
Yeah.
needs.
Yeah,
So
I
I
get
want to do this sexual, cleanse. No, it's
I
not
get you.
about something that he's not doing either, because it
Mm,
could be y'all just need that time to sit back
yeah.
and understand each other more, or understand what that person wants. It's not all the
Mm.
time you having sex and you just like put your tongue this way and do this, like you will know
Well,
that.
I get what
well,
you're
So
saying. You basically saying to appreciate. You basically saying to
appreciate
Appreciate sex more.
appreciate the sex,
appreciate
Yeah.
appreciate
I
uh,
got it.
it's a
I get it.
benefit,
Because
like it's a benefit, like with being
Yeah.
like with being married and stuff like that, like you said, like but us as men as being like sexual
Yeah.
driven beings, like that's tough for some people to deal with.
Yeah.
I ain't saying
We
that I
wired
can't do it
different.
at all,
I don't
you know,
know, man.
so
Look,
you got to think, hold
hmm
on. You got to think, coming from the person that's currently on a cleanse, what's the purpose of a cleanse? It teaches us discipline, it teaches us self-control, and it rids our bodies of toxins. So if you're in a relationship and you are doing a cleanse with your partner, you got to think of it in context of what it is. What other negative thing, like maybe, yeah, y'all getting it in 4 5 nights a
uh-huh.
week, but the other nights of like during the day you argue and you got all this other stuff. A lot of times what will happen in relationships is that you kind of forget to come back to the table and just go back to the friendship and go back to that intimacy, because it within that intimacy is where you build love. And what's the point of being married and all that stuff if you don't have love? You won't get it. Intimacy creates love, and so that just creates those opportunities to remind yourself why you are together. And then you also have to think, especially for the men, because what I'm hearing is men is like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. But how many men versus women struggle with intimacy? Women tend to be more intimate than men are.
right.
But if y'all were to engage in this cleansing with us, maybe
Word.
you could learn how to be intimate.
What
and
if I'm
I'll
nibbling
go
on
ahead.
her? What if I'm nibbling on her neck and her edges is laying down correctly? I mean, does she really want to take a break from that?
And like I mean, and just to go with what Dee saying, like I understand that a whole lot, because it's like, I mean, if you sit back and you think about it, like friend said over here, he's like, shoot, you already get that reset. If y'all don't know what he's talking about, he like most of the
Period.
y'all are on y'all cycle
Period.
7 day,
Yeah.
whatever after month, so you getting that reset. Yeah, but no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why if you look up, studies say 30 days, it takes 30 days, because anything before 30 days is not really gonna work. You know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
30?
technically speaking, that reset
Take
is not.
28 days to break a habit.
Hey, look, let's go to the comments. She said that don't count.
30?
LOL. The reset is beyond our control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That particular
Okay.
reset.
Then she said right, because what happened if you're put in a situation that you can't be sexually active because of health reasons, etc. You got to have more than sex. Intimacy has to be a factor overall.
Yeah,
Good
Right.
point, sis. Real
Yep.
talk.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying is
That's a
men
foreplay thing.
are so less intimate than women that we got to have that reset period in order for us to fix ourselves. Yes,
Yes.
I had to be a little bit biased in this because So being in the military, right? And Lee know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We go for months, years without a significant other. And
Don't remind me,
so,
G.
so we have them reset periods. So like it's nothing. So for us, yeah, like I said, I got to be a little bit biased, but for the everyday person that is with their significant other on a day to day, so what you're telling me is they already lacking because they're choosing not to be intimate with their significant other,
Yeah.
from the morning to the night. Because intimacy is something that happens, continuously. It's not a one-time thing. It's
And
something that
naturally.
like you
It's
wake up
supposed to.
proportionally.
Supposed to.
I mean, yeah, supposed
Supposed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
You.
saying,
Hey,
if
so
you have
she
to do
unmuted
that
her mic.
reset as a man, that means you should look in the mirror and figure out, hey, what the hell you doing wrong, because you're not pleasing your woman in some way to where she needs to have that reset.
Can I
But
play
it ain't.
devil's
But
advocate?
see,
I want to say something.
Oh,
hold on. Who was it? Who was it?
Miss Shannon.
Let's just Shannon go. Hey, Shannon, you got a little echo too. Now,
Do I?
yeah, when I mute you, then it don't echo. But when you speak, it don't. I don't know what's up. If you got something up or
I
down.
got it down. I got my phone really low. Can
Okay,
y'all hear
we,
it
we can
now?
hear you good right now. So go ahead.
Okay, I'll leave it like that. So, dang, you gonna make me forget what I was getting ready to say. I really thought about what he just said, and that was good. I agree with that. Like, and I agree with what D is saying also, and the other girl. But the point being about men, basically, y'all love sex. I know y'all do.
Oh
Okay.
yes,
But
yes,
it
ma'am.
has for me, we keep saying we're single, but it's different because we can go months or whatever without sex. But if you get with a person and that's all that's on their mind is just sex, like you want to know, you know what I'm saying? Like if I get sick, like she said, that girl put in that comment, is
Uh-huh.
it the sex or is it me that you really care about?
Mm-hmm.
If I get sick, are you gonna still love me
Make you
or
that
be
sleep.
there for me and care for me if I can't have sex with you?
Right.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's about. It's like take that out, and what do we have then?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I
Now,
think can
now,
I speak to
So,
that
so
though?
you
Can,
no,
can I
go
can I
ahead.
speak to that though? Can I
Go
speak
ahead.
to that though?
hold on though. Go
Real.
ahead.
Like
Go ahead.
because bro, listen, like if that's the case, right? Then I'm thinking about this, right? And it's turning, right? Like I can understand needing a break. 30 days, I think that's a little, and here's why. First of all, I done had 4 different 1 year stints and another fucking 17-month stint where I ain't get shit.
Ooh,
So that shit ain't never going away.
that's a full factor.
That was a sacrifice I made. You see what I'm saying? So like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you say we need to cleanse, and why am I supposed to buy in when you not telling me why?
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Uh,
Because if
uh,
because if I'm like, because I'm saying like it's like to me it's like if you need to cleanse, then it's a problem.
Not
No
necessarily though.
problem. Because
oh,
listen,
manifest millions.
I'm
I see
disciplined
you.
you
You read.
in a whole bunch of other ways. So sex can't be something you take from me because I give you everything else.
I was gonna get to that
I give
thing
you
too.
everything else.
Look, I was gonna get to that point too about the money thing too and stuff like with men that have money and stuff like that. Like if they withdraw certain things, but that's another story. But at the end of the day, like I don't feel like it's a bad thing. But like he said, like
Yeah.
what's the reason for it? So
Yeah, what's
Right.
the reason?
Right.
it's a manifestation.
So
You started some shit with them. You better.
right.
Put her hand
So
up.
so people so we keep missing the point. It's
Yeah.
nothing wrong at all. Now what I'm
Okay.
saying is, now let me kind of push that to the side. Now
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is it's beneficial for those who are having relationship problems or whatever it is,
Ah,
because when I can't have sex with you, or if I feel like I don't want to have sex with you, I don't want to feel like you may cheat on me or whatever. So it
Mm.
helps us, because like when I'm in the kitchen cooking, come behind me,
uh-huh.
come grab me. Come
Oh
come
yeah,
engage
Okay.
with
Man,
me.
that
Come
booty,
kiss
boy.
me on my neck then. Let's
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You never
Bring
know
it.
what it pops off to. Maybe we at that 30 day, maybe we at 28 days. And you
So
I
you
gotta
gonna
give
break the
in on
code?
28 days because you didn't came in the kitchen and gave me too much, affection.
Bring
You know
extra
what I'm
meat
saying?
to
So
the
it's
spaghetti.
nothing
Okay.
wrong. I'm just saying that it could help be beneficial to someone who's having problems or whatever. Now, you could not be having problems at all and just
Uh-huh.
want to give it that 30-day cleanse because you could be more affectionate. Because some people have, look, I've had sex a lot with my ex-husband or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. He may have still felt like I wasn't giving him attention. And how is that? If we're
What?
always having sex, I'm giving you attention, I
That's only
thought.
one part of attention.
No,
What?
You know,
that's
if
right.
that's
That's
not,
only
I'm
one
not
part of
giving him
What?
attention.
attention. You know what
That's
I'm
What?
saying?
one part.
And so you
I don't
don't,
know.
that could be part of, had we did a 30-day cleanse, who's to tell what's going on or whatever, because I've never been an affectionate person. So
What?
it teaches me to be affectionate. It teaches me to
Right.
engage. It
Mm,
teaches me
Yeah.
to learn my person more. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? It's nothing that you're doing wrong. I'm just saying that it could help you possibly if
Yeah.
something is wrong.
So I
What?
don't
What
And then
knife?
understand.
What?
also,
What knife wonder? Okay, go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
Let the lady go. Let go. Knife
oh
wonder got to
no,
go after
it's
this.
fine.
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna like kind of circle back to what Jay Scott was saying when he was referencing or kind of comparing it to the military. Because when you're in the military, you're not getting cuddled on and rubbed on and touched on by the person that you are intimate with or loved
You
on.
see him.
So you
You see
can't
him next.
ignore that, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I was gonna
My
say,
bad.
you can't ignore that whole aspect because that's kind of the whole point is to receive that.
Okay.
Ninth,
What you
10th,
got to say, nine?
and 11th. You
Unmute
muted.
yourself.
Can he hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he
Yeah, you
is.
good. You good.
All right. So, what's the question again?
Sex,
So,
cleansing.
how do you be intimate in this day of having a magnificent beard? Now, the ladies had the question.
He's so crazy.
No. The whole thing about the sexual cleanse and everything.
Mhm.
With all due respect, I think
The
it's
word.
adding unnecessary difficulty to an already complicated situation. Um, I feel like relationships are already complicated enough without people making up other shit. Um, let's sprinkle some more difficulty into the pot and make it a little more difficult. No, we don't need to do that. Let's
He
fuck
got
when
a
we want to
point.
fuck. Let's have sex when we want to have sex. Let's engage when we feel like it because I'm not going to force you to engage with me and I'm not expecting you to force me to engage with you just because I feel a type of way. Let's do it organically when we feel like it. I don't like to make shit up and be like, hey, let's play this game. That's dangerous. I'm married now and I've been divorced before, and that's how I got there.
Oh,
Mm,
All right.
mm.
So anybody
Playing
got some?
games. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Fuck yes, sir.
And,
It
Okay,
is.
All right.
that's good.
insert hopes and dreams here.
So hey, she made some good points on that one though.
Fuck yeah.
Manifest Millions.
she
Appreciate
did,
you.
but he did too.
That was a good job. Yeah, both
Ninth
everybody did.
wonder. Yeah,
But
I understand that.
so I want to get into some things that lead up into that sexual thing too, right? So we're holding back stuff and stuff like that, right? With the way that the world is going now, you got females and dudes getting feature enhancements or whatnot.
And not
So
yet.
so um
30 minutes.
what makes a woman? What do you feel makes a woman? And I want to hear this answer from a woman too. Like, what makes a woman want to enhance her features? Is it basically because of like say things like that? Like, okay, I'm trying to get myself together on this. I'm screwing away from all this. It's some self care type shit, or is it for the finesse? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or hey, you got to add insecurities in that.
I'm gonna go with Miss
Are
D
you
on this first.
okay? So are we talking about enhancing features like cosmetic surgery, or are we
BBLs,
just
woman.
talking about
BBLs.
like
BBLs,
getting in the gym?
BBLs,
BBL.
lip, etc. Eyelashes.
All that shit.
You're gonna ask the most natural person on here about eyelashes. Okay.
Boom.
The
Listen,
Be a good
BKLs and
conversation then.
everything. Brazilian
I
knee,
don't
Brazilian knee lifts.
I
So what makes you not do it? What makes you not do it?
Well, so I used to be unbelievable. You
What?
wouldn't catch me out the house. You wouldn't catch me out the house without a wig or a quick weave, and you wouldn't catch me without my fake nails on, and you wouldn't catch me without my makeup. But over time, as I continue to learn myself, I learned that that's just not who I am as a person. To each their own. I see some bad, some
Yeah.
bad wigs. They be laid. They be laid. Same thing with the nails. Same thing with the makeup. Because I do wear makeup still. Um, depending on the occasion. But it's just about a matter of me coming into myself, learning myself, loving myself, and just recognizing that I was doing that stuff for other people and not for myself. Now, in terms of society, when you reference women doing all this stuff to their bodies, and I really think social media and reality TV has a lot to do with it,
Okay.
because what you see in the world is that these men are drooling, gaga, ooh, damn, she fine, damn, I want to hit that,
So that
damn,
pushes.
that's
So,
wifey.
so that
That's
pushes
what you.
you. So you feel like that pushes the. That's what pushes the women to do it.
I feel like it feeds into their insecurity, and because they want to try to feel better about themselves in hopes of possibly gaining attention from whatever, whether it's social media or like a partner, whatever it may be. I feel like it feeds into that, and that's what pushes it.
Okay.
Mm.
Manifesting millions. What you feel?
Can I ask? I want to ask Miss Amelia while she was gone.
So,
Uh,
okay,
you want to ask
coming
DC?
from somebody
I
that
Hold on.
want
may
to
be
Hold
as
ask
big
on
as
now.
her
a
about
Hold
what
on. You
she
want to
said.
ask her a
okay.
question?
Oh,
Yeah, because I heard what she said, so I want to make sure I understand it clearly. So what you saying is social media and reality TV with these dudes with the money when they flock to these chicks with all this fake shit on. That's what influenced these other females to do that shit.
I feel like, yes, I feel like it has a significant influence on it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, okay, niggas. I hope y'all heard that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Manifesting.
So true
Mm.
to what she's saying, but coming from somebody like I was saying that
Shannon,
ain't been
my
wet
bad.
as
Shannon was mute.
I ain't big as nothing. You know what I'm saying? Would I like to have bigger titties or some ass or whatever because I have seen it on social media or on Love and Hip Hop or whatever? Yeah, like I have wanted the titties or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, as I've grown more, as a woman, I'm like, I don't need none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like it does.
Hold on.
I feel like it is like more people's insecurities. These ladies, they see their man, whether they even old or whatever it is, they see their
Thank you.
man watching whatever or whatever it is. So they like, damn, do they want a girl that's got titties? Do they want a girl that's younger than me? So they go out and they try to get this Botox or whatever it is. Yeah, I do feel like it's been like that. But back in the 90s, it wasn't no BBL. I mean, it may have
Yeah.
been, but
My,
it wasn't no BBLs. Neil Long them ain't had
right.
BBLs, and they bad as
Right.
Yeah.
hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
They, I appreciate people like Glorilla and Cola Ray right now for having no titties at all coming out here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, so it's okay for me to have no titties. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Fresh out of daycare.
like it took it I think it has fed into a lot of insecurities because I felt certain type of ways growing as a woman myself, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
go. We're gonna go to Trina. I mean
Oh
Shannon.
shit.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Get right, man. Come on now.
Can y'all hear me and I'm not echoing?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
good.
It's the
Okay.
sweep for me.
Okay, for me personally, I would the reason that I do this or I would wear a weave or my lashes
Uh-huh.
or my nails. Now I've been getting my nails done since I was probably like 15 years old. So that's
Mm.
something that I just like. I like to have I like to be presentable.
Right.
So I seen my mom do it. She's very cares a lot about how she looks, her appearance and stuff like that. So basically I think that kind of drove me to that, and people like my family getting their nails done and things like that. But it had nothing to do with a man. Like my perspective of how men look at me, it's how I see me. Like I anything that I do is for me. It's not for somebody else. It's not for social media because I don't post a lot about my life on social media or anything like that. I'd rather not be seen. I'm really not a attention type person. So it's more for me. My
Okay.
lashes, I like that because it enhances the way I look, but I love it for me. So it with or without, I could still be beautiful with or without.
Won't he
Right.
do it?
Right. Yeah.
So why? So
That's
I guess.
also
I want
I,
to kind of piggyback to that.
okay, go ahead.
Won't he do it?
So
Who else?
I agree with Shannon. I really do. But to me, that's kind of two different things, in my opinion. So when I go and get my hair and nails and makeup done, that's for my beauty because
self
I want to
care.
be beautiful. I know I'm beautiful,
Yeah,
or I want
right.
to, make sure. So yeah,
For
that
you.
is for me. If I went and got titties and ass and everything like that, I would it still be for me? Possibly, but I don't think, in a lot of women, since they go and get it, I don't think that that's what it's for. I think it's for, even if it's not
The
for their
attention.
man, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
for a man's presence to be, whether they want some to be paid for or
Yep.
they want to look a certain way for money
Mm-hmm.
to be thrown
And
at them.
this
I
the
mean,
thing.
the women that's not a certain type of insecurity for themselves, they don't really go out and do that. And if they do, yeah, they
Right.
do it for themselves or whatever. But I still think, in a sense, that they still want somebody to look at them. I don't think it has
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with beauty or anything. I think that we do the things we do, even if it's not for a man. I still think it's for the attention
Yeah,
of
of a man.
someone
Right.
else.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
agree if it's
And
we
like
talking
It's
about a
only
butt
what he
lift or
got.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
All right.
get on
now
that.
So
Okay, he got.
I'm with Shannon too though, because getting your nails done and all that stuff is a form of self care for a woman
That's
too.
right,
So there
girl.
is nothing wrong with that at all,
That's why I
because
do it.
that is
I love me.
absolutely a form of self care.
All right
Because
now.
we walk
Can I
out
make a
feeling
disclaimer
beautiful
real
and don't
quick?
give a care what anybody else got to say about it.
right.
That's right,
Go
dear.
ahead, Lee.
When I Hey, so look, when I say BBL, I mean unnatural shit. Okay, because I got a wife and I had a wife for the better part of the last decade, 2 decades. So I understand what the nails, the makeup, the hair,
You talking about
but
butts?
I under that part, I get it. I
Yeah.
got it. It's the outlandish extra shit. The
They walking around
ass,
looking like an ant.
yeah, the ass,
Walking
and
around looking
then
like an ant.
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like
The
for real. Like
thighs don't match.
I was
Yeah.
watching Trap Queens, and it was a female on there. One of the trap queens was actually a female that was going around, and she was giving fake fucking like silicone injections in
Nah,
folks'
I ain't for that.
ass. Yeah, man.
They better go
The
watch K
motherfucker was
Michelle
making like
show.
$1 million a year.
They better
Mm.
go watch K Michelle show. And they
For
might want to
real.
rethink that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Listen,
yeah.
K
And then
Michelle
she
got all
having
this
all
shit
type
worked
of
out, and she still fucked up.
she having all type of differences about
Yes,
this.
still
You know what I'm
fucked up.
saying?
That's
Uh,
all.
I
My
feel
hand.
like I just asked that question though because I just really wanted to know, like, a lot of females. I'm saying, speaking from the male's perspective, besides like a lot of females that do get it or in relationships, they say the reason why they want to get it is because for myself, I want to make this and that, and sometimes it come off like a hidden agenda, like
Mm-hmm.
Manifest a Million say, like, what's your real like intentions behind
Hmm.
getting this? Like, when you get this, are you gonna start acting different towards this man or being boastful and stuff like that, and then that's when it become a problem. But I feel like you can understand that before it even get to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
most females that's doing, I got you, got it. Most females
Yeah.
that's doing it is doing it for some type of, like she said, attention or the finesse. That's just what it is. Go ahead, got it.
Likes on social media.
Right.
Yep.
If,
The
if the
BBLs.
if the booty on borrowed time, are you expecting a man not to be on borrowed time too?
Ooh, that's a good fucking
Exactly.
question.
Exactly. I'm with that.
Hey,
Oh Lord.
Hey, he's sipping,
I'm
man.
a snap to that one.
no, that's a
I'm
good
with
question.
that. I'm
Do it
You know,
just with
again.
that just because, let's just keep it P. I
Let's
Yeah.
call
mean,
her.
if I got borrowed ass and borrowed titties that I got to get done every 10 years
Good.
and make sure every year my ass is lifted right
I
because I have
know.
to keep this stuff going. What am I doing this for? Who wants to really go through all of it? I mean, like, I don't know,
I
but
agree.
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe it's because
what man?
it's for
What
themselves.
man want to have to deal with that shit? Because every time you got to do that
Exactly.
shit, it's a procedure. I can't touch it. I
Exactly.
can't rub it. I can't feel on it. I
You
can't
go
put
through
the clothes in
pain
the
for
bed. What the
weeks.
fuck?
If you
You go
pitch
DC,
through
that
painful
motherfucker
weeks
the
when you
wrong way,
get
that
breasts
motherfucker might
done.
pop.
You go through 6 weeks
DC Young
pain.
Fly,
If you
And
pitch
then
Y'all
that,
it's
don't even want to
dangerous.
go 30 days.
It's
DC Young
dangerous
Fly.
too. You might not make it out of there.
It
I
is
don't want to go 30
exactly.
days. I say that
D-
shit. I'll
hey,
be
Have
honest. I
you
Gotti,
don't want to
have
go.
any of
Shit.
y'all seen
Fuck
K
that.
Michelle's show?
No,
DC
but I
Young
saw
Fly.
when she was
Yeah,
oh,
man.
on.
I
I'm
heard about
I'm
it.
from Memphis. I'm from Memphis, and I went to high
Yeah,
school with K. Michelle's best friend. So like, yeah,
her
I watched the
show
show. Yeah,
is eye opening, and these women like they don't realize what they're getting themselves into and how dangerous it is. It's
yeah,
not worth it.
yeah.
No.
Go do some squats
Not at all. That's what I'm
and
Yeah,
saying.
diet.
Like what I
exactly.
was
Right,
saying.
do it the hard way.
That trap queen, that lady that was she was literally injected for. She didn't have no type of medical qualifications. She legit
And
learned that shit from a dude that was a trans that was doing
mm,
that shit for other like trans people,
Yeah,
and he died from AIDS, and she took over his clientele, and the shit just kept
I be
building. It went from her doing it for like the trans people because they wanted to get whatever, whatever,
hmm
to her doing it for like,
that's
like regular
crazy.
women, like straight women
yeah.
that want, the same type of shit. I'm
And
like,
I just want to point something out too,
bro, silicon,
because
bro.
let's not lose the fact that Jackie O, they call these mommy makeovers. Jackie O just lost her life.
that's right.
She was a beautiful young lady. I
Hmm.
mean, Mary, or her and DC, they got beautiful children. You know what I'm saying? She was beautiful. So you got to
Hmm.
understand, she has money. They are good. You know what I'm saying? She living life,
Right,
and she has to keep up an appearance.
Yep.
And I heard it was because she just didn't, that DC used to kind of like badger her, whatever, whatever. She didn't look like this, so maybe it was because he put a sense of insecurity in her. But at the same time, she still had to keep up a sense of whatever too, because she was on Wild and Out. She has an appearance. These
right,
people have to still keep this appearance up. So I'd rather come on as myself, and maybe they don't talk about me or whatever, you this, you that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't think that I would want to put myself through that pain, because even now she's not here with her children. You know what I'm saying?
It's
correct.
not
So
worth it.
Man,
It's
yeah, it's
not.
not
Hey,
worth it.
hey,
It's not.
that shit
so
hurt.
let's go to the comments. Laquita said, right, the extra stuff ain't even attractive for real. And then
Right.
she said as it refers to BBLs and stuff.
Right.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
So
I
thank
agree.
you, thank
it's
you.
not it's not attractive at all. To be
Well,
honest,
well,
but
we
I ain't
can't
gonna lie
say
like
that.
that though. I ain't gonna lie like that though, because like
Don't
from
say
men's
that.
perspective though, like we see shit, like when you see shit and it's swole, even females see shit and it's swole and be like, damn, that motherfucker
Dang.
thick as
Yep.
hell. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say that
Bro,
they
that
don't
shit still gotta be within
but
reason though. Fuck all
right,
that extra shit for real. That shit gotta be within reason, bro. The shit these motherfuckers be getting, bro. That shit don't even
be
jiggle right,
ridiculous.
dog. What the fuck? A man know what the fuck he looking at.
He said it
Hey,
don't
so
jiggle
with that
right.
being said, though, with that being said, bro, I want to say this before we go into. I'm gonna play the say it or sip it game. We're gonna take a commercial break and stuff like that. But like so, social media, right? So we just talked about the BBLs and all of that, the sex breaks and all of that. Do you feel that like social media has a part in ruining relationships? Like,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
why though?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
1000%.
Look,
Yeah.
Why?
1000.
can I
yeah.
speak on that
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
a little bit though? I ain't, I don't talk long. I'm all the way in Germany. I ain't supposed to know how fine Shannon is.
Can
I ain't
you
supposed
be
to know.
serious?
That's serious. I ain't supposed to know.
Well, thank you, but y'all go
Period.
somebody
I
else.
grew up in the
He is
90s. I
being
grew up in
serious
the
Thank
about
90s.
that for
you.
real though.
Thank you,
If I wasn't
Gotti.
walking around the
That
city, I
nigga
ain't
being
supposed to see how
serious.
nobody fine is.
Thank you,
I'm
but are you
already
gonna
across.
answer the question or say
I'm
something?
already 6 hours away. I ain't supposed to
Thank
know
you
this.
very
That's
much.
social
But can
media.
you talk?
That's social media
That
I
though,
nigga
think
right?
being
I
serious
love
though.
it.
It's
Yeah.
social media.
It is.
I'm making
It
a
is.
valid point. I'm making a valid
Oh,
point.
That is a valid
well,
point.
you're right.
listen.
You're right
Um,
about that, got it. But what I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
like
like, a lot of times, I say this two ways. I say this two ways because you got a lot of people like my brother. That man, like he's from the streets, but dude ain't never had no social media, none of that shit
mhm.
until like
mm-hmm.
this past year. So for certain people, I would say that, but I feel like if the media can break your relationship or ruin it, then that means there's something wrong at hand anyway.
Agree.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But
It
Agree.
ain't got
Can I
nothing to do with the social media shit. They got something to do with you. You know what I'm saying?
Insecurities.
mm,
Sometimes
And,
the night. Sometimes
but
it's just the
look,
Nike hat. If you
but
shit,
bro, like
any
Go ahead,
when
Lee.
when you okay, so when you say that though, it's really what Gotti said, bro. It's like you you have so much shit at your disposal that you didn't have before, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I've been in a long marriage, G. I've been in
Right.
a long marriage. I done fucked up, I done fixed it, I done fucked up again, fixed it again. I
you
get it, I
perfect.
got it, bro. But when you can just look at something and do it for your fucking self and you ain't got to worry about her, that's what social media do for motherfuckers, bro.
Right.
Like that
But
is
at the
what
same,
social media do for
but
motherfuckers,
at
bro.
the same
It,
time,
so you
that's for
say
people.
so yeah, you say you fuck relationships up, but it also keeps some relationships good because I'm telling you right now, I walk away from that motherfucker, bro. I walk away.
That's if you let it though. Like I
Yeah.
said, like if you
No,
ain't so
but hold
everybody,
on, hold
no,
on,
everybody don't have
hold
social
on,
media, bro.
hold on,
Everybody
That's
don't
true.
get
hold on, because listen, what I'm saying is this, right? My wife know this, right?
right.
That's the flip side to it. My wife know what the fuck I'm doing when I walk away from her and I close the door. She know what I'm doing. It's how we done got to where we been, where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ooh, I
she
got a
got her
question.
Kirk, I got mine. Listen,
I got a question.
where it get toxic at is when you lie,
I got you,
when
got
you
it.
hide it,
Mhm.
when you try to go past looking at shit.
Right.
That's when it get, but putting it there, making it accessible, bro. Everybody ain't got this kind of discipline and control. I ain't leaving my wife, especially for not no shit I see on no goddamn computer screen. What the
Right.
fuck? You feel me?
I mean,
But it's a release, bro. It's a release. Cause like I said, I've been married for the better part of the last 2 decades.
Good point, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Good point. What's up with it? Douglas Edwards in the building, man. Shout out to you, my boy. Thanks for hogging, man. Hey, let me go to Gotti for his question, and then we're gonna go into this break and then come back.
Okay.
in what way is social media making a relationship better?
Mm,
Ooh,
Exactly.
nice one.
that's a good
Exactly.
question.
So
Nice one.
yeah, because
Good question.
Because well, you gotta look at it like this. Social media, like, okay, sometimes you can say this. You can say some females might see shit like they had these memes to where these two couples were sitting at a restaurant and shit, right? And the one dude, the one dude was putting the food in his mouth and feeding his lady from the mouth. The lady was coming over there eating and shit like that. And then the other couple looked around. The woman, she turned around and was looking like, what the fuck? Like shit, this shit going on. Look what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, like trying to encourage him to treat her like the other
Babe,
being treated.
babe, feed me too.
So,
You probably have
but
no
but
hands.
but to each his own though. To each his own too. Like if you ain't got your own strategies for your relationship, it don't matter who you watch. Your shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
right.
So that's how I feel about it, man. But hey, we got content coming real good. We're gonna get into the Say of the Civic game here soon. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. It's 2 minutes. So if you need to poot or something like that, just step to the side of the camera so that you
Don't do it.
be too late. Don't be late for the motherfucking comeback.
You need to build a slider.
Keep it locked.
Mr. Ninth Wonder here. Yes, the beard guy. The Kicking Game, the realest podcast in the world. H.O.G podcast, you heard me. Check in with CEO Gotti, Joe Cheddar, and my dog through it all, Mr. Financial Lee. Catch him Thursdays or Fridays on YouTube or Facebook at 7 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. As they keep you up on today's topics, current events, and anything else in between going on. Oh, and check out 91 the premium products while you at it. Male or female, I got you covered with everything you need from head to toe. Hair strand and cuticle, from elbow to ass. I mean, I got you. H.O.G podcast, Ninth Wonder premium product, it's a lot.
Hey,
I can't trust thee if thee is my
welcome,
steed.
welcome back to the H.O.G podcast show, the
Night
hardest
Wonder, what up?
podcast on the planet. It's the B.O.T.S grand finale, man, and we kicking shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got everybody in the building. We got a lot of people all across the states. We got Arkansas in the building. We got North Carolina in the building, Virginia, Kansas, Minnesota, and then we out the country with it. We fucking with Germany as well. So shout out to the nigga with the big hat. Yes, sir.
I'm my nigga with the little hat, the little miniature
Hey,
hat.
so we left off on. I think Gotti was saying something about how is social media helping relationships, which I feel like we got
Before we
to.
go there, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And
So
then
I
let him
wanna
know about he got on the hat that the gnomes have on in the garden. Go ahead.
I wanna go I wanna say something about they were talking about the whole BBL and the enhancements and everything, right?
Right.
I think that lends itself to the cry and the lack of leadership, the need for leadership that we have. Because you have a lot of women who follow each other around like three fucking blind mice in a circle and ended up nowhere. They buying ass, they buying clothes and stuff they don't even really like because this girl over here wearing.
Come
They got a lot of power, but they pick and choose when they want to use it. So these BBLs and everything, I appreciate these women on here who actually said that they do things for themselves. Because I heard from a lot of women before, "Oh, we do it for men. We do it because that's what y'all like. Y'all like this and y'all like that." Well, I can speak for myself when I say I didn't even like women with big titties and big ass. My wife just happened to have it. So like that wasn't even my thing. So everybody, it boils down to it's more of a self thing. You know what I'm saying? It's more of what you see, who you want to be. And I appreciate y'all for actually taking the onus, the women, excuse me, for taking the onus on y'allself and saying, "Hey, I do what I do for me," and not blaming it on somebody else like a mindless child. You know, they like to act. A lot of people like to act like mindless children and blame
Yeah.
what they do and what happened on somebody else. I like the
True.
fact that y'all didn't do that.
I like what you're saying about
True.
leadership because
We
it's
agree.
not even, I know, snaps to that. It's not even about just like with
on.
women and friends, it's with men in relationships, it's with parents and their children. It's just all around, we are lacking the leadership that we
And that's
used
what
to
I meant.
have.
That's what I meant far
Hmm.
as leadership. For one, um, you very rarely, it's very rare that you see a big mama. You know what I'm saying? You see Big
Yeah.
Mama now, Big Mama got on leggings and booty shorts and shit now.
it's
You know what I'm saying? That's Big Mama
For
now.
real.
true.
Big
It's true.
Big Mama in the club now. So these girls, a lot of women, they grow old and they don't know how, I can't say grow old or mature. I'm gonna say they don't know how to reach the next level. You know what I'm saying? They get
Yeah.
stuck in the same cycle. They 56, still going to the same club, still doing the same thing every weekend. They don't know how to get out of that level. And
Yeah.
a lot of these women they go and they do these surgeries and all of that. I don't know why they do it. There's so many reasons it fucking confuse me. But
Lazy,
yeah,
lazy.
Don't.
yeah. I mean, like when me and my wife started talking, she was like 220. Everybody know me. I work out every day. I don't do the big girl. No slight to nobody. That's just my preference. I'm not. That's just not what I like. So me and her was cool. I trained her, got her down to Me and her, and she trained herself. She worked hard too, but we got her down to about $170. And everybody was like, "Where did she go get surgery or something like that?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you know me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna play that."
All
But
right, we got some comments to catch up on too. So let's see what they talking about in the chat, man. They talking
What I'm
about we
talking
missed
about.
a couple. We missed a couple. The big head ass nigga ain't paying attention. See? All right,
Hey,
all right.
I
So we
lost I lost
now
90 pounds
don't even worry about it. Let head ass nigga.
90 pounds in 6 months.
Hey,
So you gotta
so
do it the right way.
yeah, the tough way, right? And God it has though. Shout out to bro though, cause he has dropped motherfucking pounds drinking
I was
water.
Ding, ding,
330.
ding.
I
Say
was
So
what?
330.
so we got
330. I'm about 240 now.
Mm.
Douglas L would say better for which generation? Okay, that's probably something that they was catching up. Multi-talented say what's up, my house. That's my bro. What's happening, my nigga? Social media doesn't make a relationship better, nor does it damage it. What social media has done is taken away the what's the sacred
Sacred,
Sacred foundation of
foundation of
sacred
marriage.
foundation of marriage and
relationship
relationships because of
because
the
of
need of
the need of
approval.
approval. That's hey man, that's my sister. She dropping them bombs.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
Yeah, she dropping them bombs.
who say?
social media will expose the problems
Who
in your marriage.
who
It
say?
There you
will.
go.
I agree.
Who
Then
say?
thank you, bro. She said that's just that's just her opinion though.
We
Yeah,
like your opinion. I like your opinion.
yeah, bro. Not fully, but you good.
You
Nothing.
put the
You
you put
good.
the do same boat on the table. What the do same
Nothing.
boat?
That's your arm. She said something should be private and should be worked out between the couple, not posted for the world to give input or
Kiki.
validate with a like, heart, or share, etc. Real
Mm.
talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Keep your business to yourself.
Girl said, not
Yeah, that
lying.
part.
Hey,
And see,
Keep your
I,
cheeks out the streets.
I want to
and you
speak
right
on that.
about that. Hey, so
I want
we're
to
getting
speak
to
on
that.
that.
Go ahead, bro.
The
Hey, Miss
thing with
Cheryl, how you doing?
putting all your
There's my
business on
mama,
the
y'all.
internet and everything.
Hey, Miss
So
Cheryl.
it was
Mama
real
Lot.
hard for somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, to get out of my shell coming from, you know what I'm saying, being a street nigga and getting out of my shell to actually push my brand and make the videos and do all that stuff like that. That was hard. So now that I have these commercials and ads and stuff like that, I find that people more drawn to instead of looking at my business, they want to know my business. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
rather they want to know what's going on in my house, what my wife wearing, where we going on vacation, where we at. And um it's kind of hard being on social media because you got to kind of in business and small business, you kind of you got to give them a little taste of both. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
shit kind of sucks.
On
Yeah.
social media, you got more snakes than gardeners in the garden.
Hey,
Hey,
most
Yeah.
of the followers, most of the people, most of your followers don't even like you.
That's
Right.
right.
great point. Hey, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break and play the save or skip it game. I got a couple questions. If you got some in your head, you can come up with it while somebody else answering. So we're gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna play the little promo for it, and then I'm gonna ask a question.
Say it or sip it.
All right. So how this game go here is I explained it to the cast before we got in, but I'm gonna redo it. So we asked a question, a general question for agenda or whatever, and if you can't answer it, basically, if you got to plead the fifth, you got to take a sip. If you can answer it, you answer it straight and forward as you can. So we're gonna kick it off with the ladies since ladies is first, right?
Why y'all can't go first?
Ladies first.
Go first.
Ladies
Hey, listen,
first. Because
because
it's
that ain't the way it's written. So okay, so ladies,
Rich first.
have you ever been to the club with your man? And you venture off to the bar with your girls and stuff like that, might be a nigga looking at you, he see you attractive and stuff like that. You finna pay for your drink, but he offers to pay for that tab, right? He pays for that tab. Do you take that? That's the question. Do you take it? And then it's a two
Wait,
question. Hold on.
did he ask? He asked Like he told us he was gonna do it, or he just told the
Did
bartender
it.
he was
No,
gonna
no,
do it.
he just did it like out the blue. Like, okay, they attractive. He feeling them or whatever. He see you at the bar buying drinks basically with your girls, and he pay for the drink.
Yeah,
So are you gonna allow that? That's the first part of the question.
I
And
am.
secondly, I said you was at the club with your man. Will you let your man know that them drinks just got bought on the house for us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Yep.
you. You say yeah.
On,
You
Who
ain't
you
the
drinking.
asking
house,
me?
on
You
the
ain't
house
drinking.
or on the Negro?
So, so you say yeah. You say you will. You will tell him.
Yeah.
All right.
I would tell him. I mean, I can't help what somebody done already done. Like he bought it in
Exactly.
spot,
Okay,
but that
Shannon.
don't mean that I have to be sneaky
I'm with
about it with my
her.
man either.
I take if he bought
Y'all
it, he
some
already paid for
bullshitters.
it. So I'm
Y'all
gonna
some
tell my man.
bullshitters,
I'm
bro. Y'all some
no,
motherfucking
I'm so
bullshitters.
I didn't
serious.
ask him for it, so he paid
Okay.
for it, and I'm gonna tell my man. Yes, he bought our drinks.
Okay,
Now
cool.
your real question should
Manifesting.
be:
Hold
are
on.
we gonna go entertain them?
Right.
That's it. No, I won't entertain him.
Manifesting millions. What you doing?
So I'm taking it, and me and my girls gonna drink. But if I'm there with my man, am I telling him that, hey, baby, somebody just bought me drinks? I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, first off, because but
I
why
said
am I
the dude
offering up that
specifically. I
information?
said the
I'm
dude
not really gonna
specifically.
offer up that information.
She said she
Just
ain't
my
telling it.
opinion.
I said the
I'm not
dude
telling it. I
specifically.
don't I don't get why I'm starting something.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You were okay. So
If it
men,
ain't broke, don't
I
fix
got a
it.
question for the men
If it
too.
ain't
That,
broke, don't
that
fix it. Yeah,
Hold on, I
that's
got
go
a
ahead.
crazy.
question for the men too, but I
That's
want to
crazy.
ask like I'm gonna start with Jay Scott on this one. How would you
Well,
feel?
well,
How,
Cho,
yeah,
go,
go ahead.
All right. So how would I
Go ahead.
feel if another man
so
picked up the
wait, hold
tab?
on. I just
Hold
want to
on,
ask
Jay.
you this.
All
So
right. Go
when
ahead.
you
Go
in the
ahead.
McDonald's parking lot, in the McDonald's line, and
Yeah,
somebody paying it forward, pay for your meal behind you, you going to run home, hey,
that's
some
different.
man paid for my meal and the
I
kids'
probably
meal.
will.
Like,
That's
I'm gonna
different.
tell him
I
That's
I
still
don't
different.
know.
it's
I'm
would.
just
free.
not,
It's
I don't
That's
free.
know.
Yeah.
that's different though.
It's free. It's
It's
free.
the
I ain't got
same
nothing to do
thing.
with it.
Yeah, okay. So benefit for benefit. So let's go, Jay. How would you feel if you was told that yeah, these drinks just been bought, or do you feel like it shouldn't even matter? Fuck it, don't tell me, just give me lit.
Shit, man. Me and my wife had this conversation all the time, actually. And
Roughly,
if
mom.
another dude want to buy drinks, want to pick up the tab for my wife, go ahead, big dummy.
Hell yeah.
Cause she coming home with
Yeah,
me.
Hell with
I will
me.
tell the waitress or bartender to send him a drink on the way back while we on the way outside. I
My nigga
appreciate
said,
that.
"Go ahead, big dummy." All right, Gotti, how you feel about that, Gotti?
Go to somebody else first.
All right,
Oh,
Lee, how you feel about it? Lee gonna snap in that motherfucker. My nigga gonna break the
he
bar.
gonna fight. He gonna fight.
Exactly.
He gonna fight.
Exactly. What am I telling for? Because you got some real niggas out here. They gonna be
Tell
like,
you
what
something.
the
Let me,
fuck?
first of all, let me tell you something, bro. The only thing that's gonna make me snap and break anything is if that nigga do that shit in my face.
Right.
That's
First.
I
disrespectful.
mean,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
if my wife comes to the bar and you like what you see and you feel like you want to just pay for what she trying to pay for OTP thing, bro, shit. Because I'm pretty sure I had a good time. Shit, I drink a beer and a drink. I have a beer and a drink at a time.
All right, fair
So
enough.
you know what my tab be looking like. Fuck you mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Nine Wonder, how you feel about this?
Man, my wife know who the fuck she's married to. So if I'm with her, she's not gonna play with me like that. Somebody might get killed. And I'm not even. She know who I am.
He
But
said somebody might get killed.
more than like, if I'm with her, oh no, some niggas not gonna play with me like that. Now he ain't Richard. But then
So
but if I'm not there, she is so this is not because of me, it's because her way her mom raised her. She's so old, like she is the last thing she wanna do is disrespect me
Mm.
or or make me look like I got any type of weakness whatsoever. Cause she know. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Y'all ain't from Richmond, but in Richmond they know who I am. So she already knows she not gonna make it look weak and have nobody play on my name. So she not gonna take no drink from a nigga. Matter of fact, I was at Fridays last night, and it's a dude that be
On
he
a
working.
Thursday?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a dude that work. He working Food Line, and
Girl
when she
said
grocery
go,
shop,
ladies.
she went in the grocery store like some weird ass nigga, and he like following her around and shit. She got on her fucking little biker shorts or whatever. Nigga and followed her around, and he, you know what I'm saying, try to play it like he want to shoot his shot, but he ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I went in the store with her one time. I ain't paying her no fucking mind. I ain't threatened by no nigga. But homeboy saw me, and then me and her was together out eating, and the dude saw me, and you know what I'm saying, the nigga ain't never even look at her no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But the
That's how they
story,
go.
no, like he a cornball, some goof ass nigga, but he not going like my wife. She's so respectful to the point that she understand. I ain't got to say nobody got to tell a grown person how to conduct themselves. I don't care what people say. Oh, you got to talk to your partner, this and that. You know how you want to be respected. You know how you want to be treated. So ain't no oops, I made a mistake and took a drink from a nigga and I ain't gonna tell him and this and that. Because if I find out, then we got an issue.
All right.
So
Good
can I
enough.
ask for
So
clarity though?
Hold on. Go
go
ahead.
Can
ahead,
I
They
ask
want
for
to
cause
talk
clarity?
now.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just curious because the way the scenario read was that you at the bar with your girl and he told the bartender, I'm picking up the tab.
I'm paying for the
So she
tab.
didn't know.
exactly.
Exactly.
No,
So
She
no,
is
didn't
she
no.
know.
All
supposed to
right.
turn around and say,
It was already paid for.
So with me,
refund it?
so
Yes.
if I'm at the bar or at a bar or wherever, and some dude that with a death wish decide he want to pay my wife tab like I ain't right there, the next
No,
time
but
you
you're not
see,
But
right
you weren't
there. You're
there. You
not
weren't
oh
there.
there.
no, but she don't take that. She don't take that. If my wife need anything, she know who to contact. You don't fucking
So
take that. And if
Fair
you
So
in a
enough.
is she supposed to
relationship,
tell the
mm,
bartender to refund it?
listen. See, this how I gotta talk to women. Let me flip it around so y'all can understand right quick, right? If your dude out and some bad bitch goddamn come up to pay for his food and everything, you don't want that. You don't
I
want
don't
that
care.
happen.
If
No,
it's,
you
it,
gonna
I'm
care.
going home with him. Like the man said, I'm
Listen.
going home with him, so I don't care,
so
baby. I'm
All
Yeah.
going.
right,
so
so
I
so
want
you
to
don't
kind of
care.
play the
So
devil.
so you won't care, but 80% of the women out this bitch gonna have a problem with that. She gonna go look. Y'all detectives, y'all can get on social media and find out who she is and everything.
I'm not.
So
Nobody's saying
let's
that you
not
I
couldn't
want to
do
let's
that
let's
with
play.
the
not
I
dude in
want
the
to play the
club.
devil.
so let's not play like y'all ain't gonna care about that. This
Nah.
bad broad, and you know she his type and all that. This broad coming, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for his food. No, you don't want that. You're not gonna let
I
her.
want to
It's
Not
play.
right
just
now.
a
I want
All
to
right.
drink.
play the
So,
devil.
It's
So
just
what's
a
your
drink to me.
what was your question? Who was next? It was it Manifest Millions or you
Me,
had something?
me.
You? Come on,
No,
big.
Gotti. It's
Come
Gotti's
on, big
turn.
head Annie.
Hey, don't come back. Don't come back to my section with a what you call that shit, a cosmopolitan, and make sure you come back with a blue label on the rocks.
For
Get you a
real.
drink too,
right.
huh?
You said drink expensively if you gonna do
Yeah,
it. Make
yeah,
sure
and act like it
So
was for you.
I get
See,
you.
in my
So,
Will
head
do.
though,
so
hold
in
on,
Will
my
do.
head,
I can do it.
let's go
in
to
my
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say in my head, if I'm
Man,
going
I'm
to the
talking
bar with
shit.
my girl, my dude over here, I'm automatically bringing my man a drink. So technically,
Exactly,
this
D.
dude that have picked up at the tab done
Jesus.
bought me, my girl,
So
and
let
my
me
man
tell
a
you
drink.
I'm
something
getting my
about
boo
being
a drink.
married, right? Let me
Man,
tell
man,
you
man,
something about
man.
being married
Wait,
right quick.
hold on.
Let me
But
Hold
tell
on.
you something about being married.
Hold, hold on before we get into
please,
it, bro.
please
It's
Because
let me
something
we
talk.
called,
got we got a question for the men too. So go ahead and make your
hold
point.
up. It's something called opening doors, right? Now,
Yep.
before I was married, let me tell
Yep.
you something. In my 20s, I was I was a side nigga so many times, right? I was
Dang.
I was a perennial side nigga, a serial side nigga. And
Professional.
every time it started with the female opening that door or leaving a crack in that door, I buy her a drink. I sent her something to eat at lunch or whatever. I pull up on her, talk to her at the DFAC, and next thing you know, she at my house.
Mm.
Always the little entertaining, the small entertaining. That puppy grow to be a big dog.
Well, and that's why I said the real
So,
question should have been, am I entertaining him if he does
Manifest
that?
the weight.
Exactly.
so
If you take
exactly.
the
If
drink,
That's
it's
you
just a drink,
entertaining
it's
him.
just a drink.
If
that's
you
Go
take
ahead.
his
no,
offer, you entertaining him.
no.
It's not
So
his.
We
He,
entertain
the
them
drinks
too.
in my
I want you to
hand.
know.
again,
Hey,
The
a
drinks
box.
are already in my hand.
You right.
so
And then
again,
he
I
went up
want to
and
make
said,
And
it.
bye
I
bye.
want to
"Hey,
make
baby."
it
Thank you and
very
bye bye.
If
clear.
you accept my gift, you entertaining me.
No,
All
thank
right.
you and bye
So
bye.
Hold
Hold
on.
on,
so
Hold
I
on.
want to make it
hold on,
really
hold on.
clear.
Hold on. Somebody in
Manifest.
the box, bro. Somebody in the box.
Cause
Hey,
I need to address
no,
that.
Manifest.
somebody in
Like,
the box.
We
Somebody in
got
the
the
box.
manifest shit.
I'm feeling the way about how he's saying what he's saying, bro.
Dr. Lee, we got
So
somebody in the
so
box.
I want y'all to know that it's a very big difference
Keep
on
that
what he
point, though,
said.
Lee.
Now I'm gonna answer this because he's speaking on being married. I am married, and being the wife that I was or whatever it is. I'm gonna say this: if somebody picked up the tab, whether it was a male or a female, and I'm just gonna assume, let's just say it was a male. He thought I looked good, me and my girls. No matter what we got, he just bought the bar. It's not about entertaining it. Am I going to turn around purposely and be like, who picked up the tab? That's entertaining it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
not gonna
Right,
go to my
right.
nigga and tell him,
I
hey,
think it's fucking
baby,
crazy how
this,
y'all
and that,
flip
because
shit
look at
and make
how my
stuff
husband
fit the
was
way you want it
reacting.
to fit. I think
Ain't
that's
nobody. That's
crazy.
That
you
wasn't
doing
the
that.
Look,
question though.
That
This isn't
wasn't
the
the
question.
question.
The question
Hey,
is
exactly, and
if
look how
he
he's
bought it.
reacting now. He's
I think it's
reacting a
crazy
certain way
how they
now.
make
I
stuff
don't want
fit
no
when they
drama.
want it to fit.
right.
I just think that's
Now,
crazy.
am I? But wait though. But am I a boss and be like, no, I got my own tab?
I will.
Now that's a respect thing. Pay her own tab. No, I'm good on that. It
And
ain't
have
about
done
who
it.
did it or whatever. I can pick up my own tab.
Yes.
So I don't
But
want no
that's why.
confrontation. I'm not gonna.
But you
I'm not
didn't
gonna make
know.
any
But you
confrontation.
If
didn't
you
know.
didn't know, are you gonna
That was the
give him the drink
scenario.
though?
Bro,
That you
y'all
didn't
not
Exactly.
know.
But
stupid,
it
Hey,
bro.
don't
look.
work
Why
like
do
So,
this
why do
though. If I
women
pick
do
up my
that
own
shit,
hey,
tab,
look.
bro?
So we
Why do
got to go
women
to
do
Lee.
that shit?
Hey,
Stop
we going
playing
to Lee.
stupid.
We going to
You're
Lee.
not
And
that's
I'm
fucking
not
not playing
stupid.
stupid.
That's
stupid.
Hold
being
That
on,
was the
real.
hold on,
question.
hold on. Lee, go
No,
ahead, Lee.
Fucking hate that stupid ass shit.
no, it's not.
It's not being
So
stupid.
let's
It's
That's
agree to
totally
real.
not, because
disagree.
I'm
Go
telling
ahead,
you
Lee.
right
Way
now,
stupid,
it's
bro.
not about none of that shit.
You
Right.
gotta
I'm
reiterate the
look.
rules.
If I feel like my man would be disrespected, let's look on my man being
Then
a
I won't do
disrespected
it.
person.
Give it,
I'm
give
Hey,
it
not.
the
I'm gonna
spotlight
pick up
back,
my
bro.
own
hey,
tab.
let Lee look. Let
No,
Lee
no,
make.
no, no,
Go
no.
ahead.
Give it the spotlight back. Give it the spotlight back.
Okay.
I'm gonna give. I'm going to pick up my own tab
That's
because
right.
I'm gonna feel like shit. My nigga gonna get mad. Like I don't
Yeah,
got
if
time to
you know
play.
he
My
that
nigga
type
don't
of
play
nigga
like that.
though,
I'm
if
gonna
you know
go
he
pick
that
up my
type of
own
nigga,
tab. My
yeah.
nigga didn't already paid for it. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. It's
That's
not
right.
gonna disassociate myself with treating my nigga like a king. Because at the end of the day, it's something else there for you to feel like less of a man or whatever it is, because for you
A
to think
drink.
that she's disrespecting you.
Right.
She's not just she didn't know what the fuck was going on. They didn't
Exactly.
know what the
Right.
fuck was. Who's to say that it picked up the tab because of her? It could have picked up the tab because of the
Because of
girls.
homegirl.
And nigga,
True.
why you going with
Say
me
it,
and my
girl.
girls?
I gotta ask a more precise question, I think.
That's
Yeah,
the shit that be getting women fucked up right there, playing games,
Not
acting
with the
No,
wrong
stupid,
person. That's
being
what
a
it
fucking
is.
opportunist,
It
but
being a
depends on
fucking
the
thirsty
man.
opportunist, taking gifts from motherfuckers you don't
no,
even care about.
no.
And
I
if he
let
Fuck
me
that
paid
make
shit.
for it and we
let me
didn't
make a
know,
point. Let me
we
make a
ain't got
point.
nothing
Let
to
me
do with
make
it.
a point. To get what I'm finna give it to Lee, but to get to where like I feel where he's coming from, and like the point of saying that if you open doors, then certain stuff can happen. I get that,
Absolutely.
but at the same point though, I do understand that it's motherfuckers out here that's bossed up and got that shit going. And like you said, like entertaining it'll be taking it to that next level. Like who bought
Exactly.
what's up, what's your number, and all that. So you got different type of men that's out here. You got some people that's I ain't gonna even say that it's insecure. That's just might something he can't deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And
something.
she should know that as a woman.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. And you got to know your man to know that.
That's
Okay,
right.
some women in situations to where like if a nigga look at the woman, nigga, he ain't doing no wrong and looking at her and he don't know if she married or not. But
That's right.
you the type of nigga that gonna try to fight her about her getting
Cause he
attention.
Well,
looking
look
at
at
me.
this.
Ever,
Well,
you know.
look at this.
Say it,
Well, look at
Cheddar.
this. Well, look at this. I ain't nowhere near being insecure. I ain't no insecure nigga. I ain't no
I
woman
ain't saying
basher.
it is. I'm
Hold
just
up,
saying it's
all the other names motherfuckers be throwing out there. What's the gaslight and all that dumb shit that they be saying on the internet?
right.
Fuck all that. I'm trying to tell you right now. My thing is, I done had women send me food to eat for lunch at my fucking job, and I threw the shit in the trash. I done had women offer the goddamn. I had a bitch tell me she want me to be her boy toy, try to buy me an Audi A7. I ain't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when somebody offer you something, I don't care how genuine it is, whether it's just making them feel good or whether they want something, they gonna always want something in return. Even if it's just making them feel good to say they did it. Niggas play game. People play game, and y'all can't be that blind. I teach my daughter, my nieces, and all of them the same shit. Don't be that blind. You think, oh yeah, well he paid it, it's all good. Now he go, oh yeah, I paid for that. I paid for his wife's shit and this and that. Niggas petty like that, and now you got a whole fucking issue over something you didn't know.
Good point, bro. Good point.
Yeah,
But
but that wasn't the question though.
But if
hold
you
on.
don't know, you
That
don't
wasn't the
know.
So
question.
good, yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
Exactly.
That was a good point. But
That
the
was
thing
not
is
the
this though, like that's something that we can
And if you would
prolong
let
and
me
keep
get the
going in.
mic, that's
But hey,
exactly what I was gonna address.
right.
Nigga,
Go
you
ahead.
know exactly who the fuck I am. You know exactly who the fuck I am.
Go ahead.
So to look at it like that, because I ain't got an issue with her. First of all, this is what you gotta know about my wife. If that shit ever happened, she would never fucking tell me because she know who the fuck I am.
Exactly.
What we said.
You see what I'm saying? So you talking about character shit, and we just trying to have fun, G.
Correct. Hey, but
I'm just
like
gonna keep
Miss,
it
hey,
100. That's
like
I'm
Miss,
in the
that's
wrong place.
character shit. That's
Like
character
Miss Cheryl
shit.
said.
And we really
I'm in the
just trying to
wrong place then.
Like Miss Cheryl
Maybe.
said. Like
I'm in
Miss
the wrong
Cheryl
place.
said though. Miss
Maybe.
Cheryl said marriage isn't about control,
Say it,
sex,
mama.
love, trust. I mean, it is. She said it isn't. It isn't
It
She
about
said
isn't
it
about
control.
isn't about
control.
control.
Yes, but she basically saying that it's about respect, love,
Let
trust,
me ask you a
mutual
question.
understanding.
Let me ask you a question. How do you protect something you don't have no control over?
You don't have to have control to be
Control to
Why do you
protective.
want
protect.
to
The fuck?
control everything?
Ain't
You can't
nobody
control
say
life,
That's a
that
good
ain't
but
what
question.
the
you
fuck I
protecting yourself.
said. That ain't
But
what I
you know.
said. That ain't the question I asked.
That's a good
But it
fucking
I
was.
question.
asked you
Can I give
if
him
you
an
have,
example?
I didn't say about me controlling nothing. I
Can I
said,
give
how do
him
you control
an
something
nice
that
one?
you don't have?
Like,
How do you protect something that you don't have control over? How do you
Yeah,
protect
that's
your
how the
wallet
yeah.
if you don't have control over it? How do you
can
protect
I
your
prove
house
you?
if you don't have any type of proper influence or control over it? That's all I'm
Literally
asking. I'm
people,
not asking
not
about
material
me being
possessions.
controlling. My wife out right now with her homegirls and doing whatever. I didn't even know. That ain't the problem. What I'm asking
Nobody
is
called
this
you
question.
controlling either though.
No,
You know
we're
what,
not
bro?
saying that. We're
I'm gonna
asking the
talk to
question.
y'all, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, Cho and y'all, man. I'm
I
gone, bro.
appreciate it, bro. Have a good
Bro,
night.
all right, bro.
Hey, keep it going like we keep it going, man. You know, it's
Woo!
like
I love this.
we're gonna keep shit turned up.
What
We're
is
gonna
So
what
does
keep
that
is
shit
mean we
praying.
what
winning?
is going on, my
Look
brother?
what I'm saying to
It
this,
wasn't
y'all.
just me this
I ain't
time.
even get to the question with a
What
man's
is
in,
going
right?
on, my brother?
Okay, so
Man,
let's
I been waiting, show shit.
look. Let's go to the man. No, this is real shit. Conversation is conversation. Dialect is dialect, bro. We don't
You
gotta.
gotta be able to talk
I
without
don't
getting
have to.
mad.
I don't have to
And being
prove.
insulting
Right.
because
I
he
don't have
started
to
throwing
prove.
insults at
I don't have
women
to
first.
prove points like back and
I
forth.
told y'all
It's
male
just a
bashing.
natural conversation. But check it out. So for the man's,
Two
because
time in
it's
a
still the
row.
state of the sipping game. So
Two
we're
time
gonna
in a
get to the
row.
Say it or sip it.
men. So how have you ever lied to a woman about what you do as an occupation or exaggerated that to make her have favor with you?
nope.
You say no, Lee.
No, no,
You say no, Gotti.
you can't. Like
No,
that
you can. You
you got
can, but
genuine interest in and plan on seeing more than once.
so you don't finesse like,
She
hey.
gonna
Good
find
point.
out.
What about you, Jay? What you feel like? Have you ever done it or know somebody that done it? Exaggerated. I know a lot of people that do that type of
Tell the
shit.
truth. Yes.
Actually, no, because I
Oh,
don't lie.
what the fuck? Let's have a drink anyway. Fuck it. Everybody just hey, everybody just honestly,
Trying to
brutally
keep it
honest
real.
tonight, and everybody
Man, I got the wife sitting
everybody
here looking
drink,
at me
man.
because
Fuck.
she was sitting there thinking the same thing when you asked that question. You know, and I'm thinking back to it. Like, nah,
Damn,
I
man.
never lied about what I do.
I ain't gotta
Everybody do
lie.
what I do.
I
Ain't
ain't
no
gotta
Everybody do.
Tommy
lie.
in here, huh?
I ain't saying you do though, but I said like, bro, we all know somebody that done it,
Hey,
but
bro,
that ain't
listen.
just
Oh, I know
fuck
people
it.
that
Hey,
do that
bro,
shit.
listen.
Oh,
Right.
When I
oh,
was
oh,
out
whoa,
there
whoa,
like
whoa,
that,
whoa, whoa,
mouthpiece was
whoa,
way
whoa, whoa.
lie, bro.
Athlete,
Bro,
athlete,
I'm talking them out of everything, bro. I wasn't worried
athlete.
about none of that. Ain't no lying shit. Ain't no
I'll take
lying.
it back. I'll take
On,
it
bro.
back.
I'm too
I'll take
smart
it
for
back.
this, bro. Ain't no lying shit need to go on, dog.
I'll take it
Right.
back.
Hey, look, if that's what you worried about, then I ain't gonna hear from you no more. It's fine. Cause guess what? I'm gonna hear from about 5 more for sure.
That's right.
Okay.
I'll
So
Keep
take
it
it
You're
back.
real.
lying
Cho.
about it. You shouldn't be doing it.
we
Cho,
got
I'll take
one
it
more.
back.
We got one more for the ladies,
Cho,
man. Look.
Cho,
Go ahead, got it.
I'll take it back.
Go ahead. Take it back what?
One. If somebody asked me that ain't shit, I did lie and make it look like I was worse than ain't shit out of
Worse than
genuine
ain't shit.
uninterest.
Have a genuine
I'm
uninterest,
dead.
huh?
I'm out here picking out this. I'm up here picking out the trash off the block.
That
You
shit
might have seen me before.
That
You might
shit
have seen me before.
All right, hold on. I got to retract my statement.
Trying to turn you off
I just
bad.
thought about it.
Nah,
I just
nigga, ain't
thought
no
about it. Look,
retracting, nigga.
I just thought about it because Gotti.
I did that
Yeah,
before.
because of Gotti, I gotta
Y'all
retract
know
my
y'all
statement.
lying.
I did that before.
Go ahead.
So it's not in the sense that y'all thinking though, right? So I was in Germany for 6 years, right?
Mhm.
And being out there,
Yeah, I heard her.
a lot different than being in the States. I ain't gonna lie. And the women out there, they up on their shit. They know how much you get paid just on the
Oh, you
conversation,
lied about the rank.
right? Oh
You
yeah,
lied
most,
about the
most
rank.
definitely.
What day
Oh,
you
most
get paid?
definitely. Oh, I was a private for at least a year. Like hey, this my first everything. I don't know shit. Oh yes, yes. I downplayed what I did and who I was, in that
I knew your
situation.
ass
So
had
yes,
it.
I
Then
can
now
say
take,
yes. I
a
lied
sip,
in that
nigga. Now
sense.
take a sip. Take a sip, nigga, because I knew your ass was
You
full of
lied.
sip. All right, we got one more. We got one more for the ladies, one more for the men. Then we're gonna hop back into content real quick. So ladies, you listen to your man more than 50% of the time.
I do.
Oh my fucking god, this shit!
I do.
I ain't making no
Who
more
said that?
I
questions, bro. I ain't making no more questions.
I'm drinking.
You feel like you drinking? Okay, appreciate
Okay, look,
you.
wait a minute.
Appreciate
I
you, man.
listen to my man.
Hey, look,
Appreciate.
I Miss D. Ain't no disclaimers now. Either you do or you
No,
don't.
I was
So
gonna say
drink.
no, me now, yes I do, but like me 5 years ago, probably not.
No.
That's
Okay.
So
what I'm
drink.
So,
saying, D.
so
But
can you drink?
I
Hey,
had
Yeah.
growth and I educated myself. I've done some
so
studying, I've
D,
done some
Flip your
so D,
wad.
Can you get
can
some
you drink your
clarification
vegetable
on
juice
what you
then?
mean by listening to your man though? Because
Yeah,
that can go like
let's
so many
I'm
different
saying no,
ways.
I don't have to clarify. It's just a straight question. Because when
Right.
we go into
Right.
other different elements of it, then it'll be a whole longer conversation. I'm just asking
Right.
one simple question: yes or no? Do you
Yes.
listen to your man majority of the times, like more than 50% of the time?
I
And
do.
she just said, okay, she just gave us 5 years ago. She didn't. So,
That's right. So I can't lie. I didn't.
Shannon told the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So sit with me, Shannon.
I done sipped. I've been
Step
there.
again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, manifest the millions. You said you do.
I do.
All
Now,
right.
despite my other half may have said I'm not listening, I honestly do listen. I
So we
feel
have to
like
go.
I'm the one that's very in tune with my significant other, whether it be boyfriend, husband, whatever.
Okay.
Like I'm that person, but you got to be giving me that same energy. You know what I'm saying? It's all for me about energy.
Fair
So,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
So this one gonna go for the men's. We got one more for the men's, and then we're gonna get right back into content.
You got a
We'll close
special
it out.
guest coming.
So look, check this out.
Oh yeah.
Men, all right, when you on a vacation and shit like this, it's part of the reason of you carrying those Ray-Bans and those Lokes is because it's too much damn eye candy out there on the sand.
That's a
Drink.
good one.
I'm just gonna go on drink.
Drink to
I ain't
it.
gonna lie.
Woo, y'all
I'm just
all
gonna
better
go on
drink.
drink. Jay,
So now, I mean, now, no, because shit, my wife would probably see a fat ass before I see a fat ass.
amen. Hey, mom,
Woo,
I
They
ain't
I
gotta
like
like
hide
that
Jay.
shit.
feeling.
hey,
I ain't gotta
mom,
do that shit no more.
let the
Woo, I
church
like
see.
Jay. Oh no.
Got it. What you saying for that, got it?
Oh,
He wearing Ray-Bans.
you can't be out here you just out here double dribbling on a Tuesday. I got to put my glasses on.
All right, Lee, what you feel about that, bro?
Ask it again.
I said so. When on vacations or vacations, is the reason that most men wearing the Ray Bans, the low down shades, because it's a lot of eye candy surfacing in the sand.
I don't be paying no attention, bro.
Oh, you don't?
Nah, I don't be
He
paying
been
no.
married too long. He said he loved
Man,
the Ray-Bans.
please,
Yeah, I don't be paying no
please
attention.
drink.
Ask his
Just
ass.
drink anyway, then nigga. Just drink anyway.
I don't believe
Damn,
I don't
Lee.
believe this nigga.
Just drink anyway. All right, that was the say of the sipping game. Now we're gonna get back into content, man. Where we left off at. The
You believe
conversation,
that nigga?
the conversation been going pretty deep. You know, these women been touching bones at this John tonight, man.
God, he said he don't believe me, bro.
Yeah,
We
they been
winning.
touching
Me yet?
bones.
Bring
Man,
it
you
on.
don't got,
So
bro. You
Hey,
don't got to. My wife coming.
so
so
get into
Cho.
it.
She
So get
coming.
into
I
some.
don't tell you.
So get into some more serious questions about like
You mean to tell
relationships
me you
and
didn't see
stuff
that
like that.
bouncy castle over there?
So Cho.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what's your
Nah, go
so
ahead.
I don't know if you got a
I'm
question,
fucking
but
with
I
you, bro.
got one if you don't.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me.
So my thing is why when men have 2 to 3 women, they are players, but
Right.
when women have 2 to 3 men, they
We
hoes.
hope.
Now,
Yeah.
hold
Say
on. You
it.
answered it. Okay, you answered. You asked it, and I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna say it like this, and I feel like this is a general like answer. Well, women, first of all, when you put it like that, men, the instincts and the natural shit that come with a man is to multiply, to disperse. Like we're you
To
guys
sow
are
his
receivers.
royal
Yeah,
oats.
you guys are receivers and we are givers, basically. So it's not natural for a woman to want multiple people. It's not natural for her to want to have multiple sex partners and stuff like that. That's why y'all deal off emotions. That's why you gotta like a certain thing about a nigga before you give your body to him. With men, it ain't that way. A nigga can have sex with somebody that they ain't that they'll never even look at again, and won't have no emotional contact with it. I mean,
I'm
like no
telling
emotional connection.
But it goes it I mean I kind of got to play the fence with that cuz
Some
at the
women
same
like that.
time you say
So
that
hold on. Let me answer your question though, because
okay.
you saying why is it players when a nigga, because that's the way the how we raised and stuff like that, or how I ain't gonna say how we raised, but what we've been immune to when it comes to relationships and stuff like this. Like the niggas, like they make you cool if you get a bunch of this up under your belt. With females, it's not that way. So there's two total different things. You really can't even align it the same. And
Okay.
and first of all, like I mean, ladies that's out here carrying themselves like a ladies, they not gonna disperse themselves like a man. A man, that's his instincts to plant
Mhm.
seeds, shit
So
like that.
Chase.
We will put her to
so
multiply type.
so
That should have been the stay of the typical question.
So my thing with that is you say that and I get it in a sense,
Right.
but if y'all like if we supposed to act a certain way and
Got
we're
next.
not made to do that, why as men are y'all not being leaders and y'all out here having 2 or 3 women, which
Well, what makes a man want to have two or three women?
I
Y'all just said
mean,
it. Y'all like sex.
what is the? I
No,
don't
it ain't
know.
just
Like,
about
A
sex.
woman
It
that's
ain't
not up
just
to
about
par.
sex neither. It ain't just about sex. So
it's
so
about
the
y'all
thing,
being leaders.
That's not true,
okay. So
y'all.
the thing is
Wait,
this.
whoa, 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 whoa,
The
whoa,
thing is
whoa, whoa.
this.
Let me. Oh, wait, wait, wait,
Let
wait,
Lee
wait,
get.
wait,
Let
wait,
Lee hit
wait,
this one.
wait. She said it's about us being leaders.
Yes,
What?
it's about
So
y'all
what
being
do
kings.
what do having multiple women got to do with a man being the leader? If he
So,
got multiple women, if anything, that's showing that they gonna follow him. Shit.
well, no, I'm saying in a sense, women wouldn't want to probably mess with multiple different men if men were out here treating the women as
So
such.
okay,
That's all
so
I'm saying
Fair
behind
enough.
it.
Fair
have
enough.
you ever heard anybody tell you or say something along the lines of promiscuity is masculine,
Mm-hmm.
right? That
Okay.
promiscuity, right? That means sleeping around. That's
Mm-hmm.
masculine, right?
Okay.
You a woman, so your characteristic is feminine, right? Me as a
Right.
man, my characteristic is masculine, right? So
Right.
sleeping around, that's masculine.
I
It's
get it.
not feminine.
Who
I get
said
it.
so
So
though?
so
That's what
so
she was
so
asking.
Man,
so
No,
Where did it
so
say
right.
from?
That's not
Hey,
what I'm
so
saying. That's
man.
not what I'm saying.
hey,
Because
hey,
at the
got
end of
it.
the
Hey,
day,
got it.
Can I go?
Got it.
Can I go?
Check this out. I
I'm
sent
just
you
saying,
some. Hold
like
on. I'm
that's
finna,
the answer to the question, though. That's why a man, well, some men, because I don't, but that's why some men
what's
consider
up, son?
women that sleep with 2 or 3
Big
men
Tanya in the
hoes,
building, y'all. Big
and
Tanya in the building.
they'll get their boys a pound when they boys sleeping with 2 or 3, because
I got
it's
next.
What
We
what
get
So
you.
what
about
I'm
the
hearing is
what
it's a
about the
society.
women at the red
I
It's
light
don't
okay
like
for
district?
I
men to
don't I
do it
mean
and
we
not
can be
women. That's what
fuck
we hear.
shit long as
Can I
we
It's
go?
a
agree.
Can I go?
societal
Can I go?
standard.
What about the
What
women
I'm
at the red light district? They masculine.
Can I go? Can I go?
It's a
Yeah,
Hold
job,
let
on.
him
nigga.
go.
That's
If
different.
they fucking
Let
all
Jay
day as a
Scott go.
job.
Let him go.
Hold on. Let Jay Scott get this question in. Got it said, what about the women at the red light district? They masculine? That's real talk. They selling it. They cocking that joint. Go ahead, Jay.
All right. First of all, guys, that's a different conversation.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Be serious.
So you just asked a question that is an age-old question, like for decades, probably
Mm-hmm.
for centuries, right? So when I was younger, you know, I was a child, so I played with toys. I ain't know no better. So, and from the way I was raised, and the way most men are raised, women are sacred. Men do not, well, not even say men. Society does not expect of a woman to have multiple partners like that, because
Mm-hmm.
in
Correct. That's
society,
what I'm
women
saying.
are
That's what I
sacred.
said. Promiscuity is
Women
masculine.
are sacred. They expect men to go out there, be fruitful and multiply, because that's what the Bible said: be fruitful and multiply as a man, right? But as I got older, I got wiser, and I realized that a woman
Oh
and
God,
a
thank you.
man are actually on equal playing fields most of the time. So how can I hold a woman to the same standard that me as a man is not upholding? So
Exactly.
how can I expect the
preach.
so how can I expect the woman to be all sacred and virginized and have minimal sexual partners, and I'm out here in them streets,
On that mother.
getting it
Hoeing.
in. I'm
Yeah,
like Mario,
slanging
bro.
the
I'm
people.
laying pipe at every door, but
exactly.
I have to
Hey, Mars.
look at a woman and be like, you have to close the door away for me to knock on it, right?
Right. Because at the end of the day, he might have said be fruitful and all of that, but he didn't mean have all your fruit in all these different
Right.
baskets. He mean
Have
Cuz.
hoes.
multiply out of one
Right.
fruit.
But to go back,
Hey,
but to
cuz.
go back to the question though, right? I think it goes back to a maturity level, right?
It does.
When you get on that level to where you understand people are people, take the gender out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are people. Everybody's going to do what they are going to do because that is who they are. It does not matter if you're going to call a man a player and a woman a hoe. Guess what? It's interchangeable. The woman can be the player. The man
That's
can be.
right.
The female
Exactly.
can be just as or even more aggressive as a man can be in them streets.
They
I mean,
are.
True
So
story.
check this
Bum
out,
bum
Jay.
bum bum.
You're right. You're right.
Ah,
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
get this. Hey, but Jay, you right about that though. But her question was like, she said, "Why are men called players and women not?"
He told you
I
I
just
know
gave
that
her,
answer.
It's
I gave a
society.
straight
It is
answer.
kind of.
I gave a straight
society.
answer, but he he
I'm just
made a
saying.
good point. It's
You
valid.
did make a good
But,
point,
Yeah.
but
but
I'm
at the
saying
same
that's my
time,
answer.
though, at the same time, it's not meant to be that way. Like
Exactly.
you
It's
can't
based
compare
off
that
of
for a
the
woman and a man because we
question.
got okay. So like
Who
women are
says it's not meant to be that way?
Because that's
women
learned behavior and
yeah,
Thank
society.
yeah, it is.
and,
Yeah,
and
it is. But
so
at the
Shannon,
same
you just blew a hole in the whole shit
Can
when
I
you
huh?
just
ask a
said what
question?
you just said because it's learned behavior. So the whole answer to your question is it's learned behavior. For a man to call a woman a hoe if she
It's
sleep with
learned
2 or 3
behavior.
dudes. And it's learned behavior to give a man a pound if he sleep with 2 or 3 women. It's learned
Right.
fucking behavior.
right.
Period.
I I'm
Go ahead,
I'm
D.
And men don't
curious.
feel like that about women because I don't feel like that about women. But
Right
it's
now.
learned fucking behavior.
It is.
Go
Somebody
ahead,
taught
D.
them to feel that way.
Go ahead, D.
I'm just curious on how many of y'all think that it could be related to Christianity in the
Mm.
Bible because you got
100%.
all these kings in the
It
100%.
Bible that
is.
have these multiple wives,
Solomon.
but then the
It
100%.
Solomon.
woman
is.
Yes, D.
Solomon
is
was one of
It
them.
is,
blaspheming
and it
and
was
she
written.
Solomon was
yes.
That's
one
not
of
about
them.
to be rich. Look
Yes,
Well,
back
D.
at
I
slavery,
think
right?
I think it
What
has
religion was pushed on all of the slaves?
right
Christianity.
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 Christianity. It goes all back to the religion. Religion is what set the forefront for everything that we do now, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Religion is what set that precedence for this is how a man should behave, this is how a woman should behave, right?
right,
But
Mhm.
people evolve because people
right,
also forget in the Bible, you got willpower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men
You
and
also have
women
free
have the
will.
willpower to do what they feel
Feel
is
to do.
good for them, right?
yeah.
They have the willpower, they have free will to be able to interpret, the word.
Gotti, do
And a
me
lot
a
of people don't
favor.
understand that.
Hold on, Gotti, do me a favor, bro. I sent you a clip and it's saying something about a man that find a woman finds a good thing.
Good thing.
And I
See
kind of want to, I
if you
kind of
can
want to
see if
go
you can
back
pull
to
that up.
the past, like way in the back with spiritual when she spoke to y'all speaking of Christianity. I'm a real big spiritual person, and
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of us as kings and queens. And so, if a woman back in the day, you had a king and a queen. If a woman back in the day slept around on her king, she was
Right.
beheaded or whatever, killed.
Yeah.
Right.
He would move on.
Ooh, you
Now,
talking some
he
shit
was
now.
always sleeping around. That wasn't the
Always.
point. He,
Yep.
king, men, whatever it is, because y'all want to multiply, whatever it
And they
is.
were sleeping with their
They
dukes
did that.
official.
But we knew respect because we knew where we were. We knew where we weren't gonna go around sleeping around and whatever because we queens, we know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be raising the children, we're supposed to be tending to the cattle, whatever it is. So I'm just saying when a king treats the queen as such, then we know. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you
So,
pulled up the total
if you sitting out
opposite.
here hoeing around and all this and not teaching us or whatever it is, letting us have something to follow and
That's
So,
treat
right.
as
so
kings,
cuz,
then
so
Lead
you
cuz,
know.
me.
I'm gonna make a point on what you saying right now, right? Before he play this clip. So
Mhm.
when me and my boys was just talking about this earlier today or yesterday,
Was.
we was
We
talking about
was.
the different cultures and the different religions and stuff, right? So who's to say what is right? Because you said, like Jay Scott said, like the Christianity was forced on the slaves, right? So
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
why is it this though, right? So okay, in other cultures to where like, okay, let's say Muslim for example, you know what I'm saying? They can have multiple wives. And the wives have to submit to that because that's the way of the law. The same way that the law is in the Bible here in the States, that women go against all the time. They like women and men, we pick what we want to live by and what we want to go by.
Right.
The law is
Right.
the law. You see what I'm saying? So take yourself out of America, right? Take yourself out of America as a woman or a man, and you go over to Israel or whatever, how they do their thing. So women that speak out loud and do different things, or they doing what you saying, like they sleep around, you're right, they get beheaded and stuff like that. Our women in America are not used to that type of um
Exactly.
discipline. So they tend to use
Do
things
what
to
they
their
want.
advantage or to their.
But is it because the men over here are not teaching us, leading us?
How can
It
We
you
don't
teach
is
have
the
some
right
men
leaders.
that
thing
do
when it's
that.
eight? How can you teach the right thing when it's 8 different things? Who's to say that that Muslim law is how
Ain't right.
Well, I
it's
don't
supposed to
mean in
go?
the sense of
It goes
different
back to
things. I
religion.
mean in the sense of leadership in general. As a man, whatever
How
you are.
How do we know though when it's been translated so many times though? How am I to say that a Jehovah Witness is wrong and a
Wrong.
Muslim is right, or a Christian is right and a Baptist
Exactly.
is wrong? You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
their belief.
so that's my thing. Like I kind of keep it like strict to what, like, okay, if we got married under these laws, like it says in the Bible, a man's supposed to submit to your husband. I mean, a wife's supposed to submit to her husband. Like we'll go outside of that and say, well, if he's not doing this or that or this and that, like we was talking about last night on y'all podcast, Shannon. Like if he's not doing this or that, then well, is that what the law say though? The law don't say if he's not doing this or that. It just say that this is how it's supposed to go, and then we make our own rules going along with the shit. That's what we gotta fix.
Right, but
Yeah.
that goes with how you was raised, right?
Learned behavior.
It's how you was brought up, right? So everybody's religion and everybody's household is
Is
different,
not the
right?
same.
So like how my household is, right? Like my wife, she's the queen of the castle. She runs everything in the house. But if I have to get up out of my chair and speak, I'm not saying she bows to me, but what I say is what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's
It
how.
should be that way.
Outside of that, she runs everything. She controls everything.
Exactly.
And ain't nothing wrong
And
with
she
it.
has a voice.
Let me hit the horn.
That's how it's
Exactly.
supposed to
Let me hit
be.
the horn for
Yeah.
you to get them some
Bum,
kudos.
bum, bum, bum.
And 9 times out of 10, her voice is the voice, right?
That's it,
I'm
J.
I'm
Scott.
I'm there. I'm there just as the figure, right? I'm there to to how you say,
Reinforce.
I'm there to flex when I need to flex. But at the end of the day, she is the bite. She makes she runs all that. You know what I mean? I'm just
Agreed.
a figurehead.
And you still a
I
man.
heard an analogy before
You're
that
not a
said
figure, you empowered.
I heard an analogy before where it was talking about the man being the head and the woman being the body. But the thing about the head is that you can't move it without the neck, which is attached to
Ooh.
the body. So that's what Jay Scott is talking about. That's what it made me think of.
Yes, D.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
don't get it twisted though, because we do have a lot of brothers out here, right? That feel that when you give, well, I can't say give, when you allow your female significant other to have that amount of responsibility or that amount of power, they feel that you're taking away from the man, right?
He's weak.
Right. But
Yeah.
if you ask somebody, she'll tell you.
That's a pride and an
Yeah,
ego thing, though.
she
It's
was
pride,
straight up.
insecurity, and ego.
Yes, she is the bite, right? Like she's the one that will launch the bombs and all that, right? But if I have to get involved, I'm the nuclear missile.
Right.
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
so,
Jay.
yeah, she tries to keep me from getting up.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna go to the
Right.
comments.
So
As quiet as I am, because I feel that I'm kind of quiet. I'm very nice and soft spoken. At least I try to be. But if I have to get up, if I have to rise, shit and hit the fan. It got to the point to where, guess what? Everybody gotta get taken out. That's just what it is.
I want to say something.
Hold on. Who want to say something?
And
That's me.
Shannon. All
Yes. I totally agree with Jay Scott on that. And that does not make you a weak man because the woman is voicing her rights
No, it don't.
as the woman. Okay? If anything, that's telling her he got my back. I'm gonna say this
yeah.
and he gonna reinforce what I say.
Right.
It makes me really stronger with him. We're strong together. That means we're a good team.
Yeah.
I know I can say this, and he got my back on this.
Right.
But that does not make a man weak because a woman has a voice or she has a say so in the relationship, the marriage, or anything. If anything, we're a
Like
couple. and
like
we
you
are
said, it's
together
talk
and we have
behavior.
each other's back. That's how I feel.
Like you said, Shannon, it's talk behavior though. You know
It's
what I'm
learned behavior. Somebody
saying?
taught that man how to feel like he got to run over this woman or he got to speak to her in a certain manner. And it could have came back from childhood trauma. Something maybe happened to this man and his mother.
That
Maybe
that
his
right
mother
there.
wasn't there for him, or he had
Um,
issues with his mommy issues, or even daddy issues. The dad might have been strict on the mama, or he's, in treating her like that. So you learned that from where you grew up at,
and
Correct.
you
the
either repeat
environment,
the cycle or you
Hey,
break the cycle. And
product
most
of the
often, you're
environment.
repeating the
So
cycle.
from my
right.
home, what I was raised in, I love both my parents. They're not together now, but they were together for years.
Right.
And what I would say to that is my mama had a voice. She did. Okay. Of course, my daddy, he's a little controlling person. He is. But it ain't to the point where he calling her, like he telling her she can't speak or she
Yeah.
can't do
Like a
this or
robot. Like robot.
yes, I'm not
Right.
she wasn't there for that. She ran the
Right.
home, he paid the bills,
Let
she
me
did what
just
she
make
needed to
some
do,
let
he
me
did
just
what he
make
needed to
something
do.
clear
They
though.
were a team.
Let me just make something clear. Most real men don't like robots.
Who
Like,
wants to make
no,
like who
yeah.
wants to be with a
And nigga,
man
I don't
anyway,
want
like you
you
just
don't want
said?
nothing that you're gonna be able to run over. You're supposed to be able to
Voice your opinion
coincide and compromise. But
and not
uh
disrespect each other. That's
right,
the
Right.
thing is
That's right.
me
Who's the king of
voicing
the
my
jungle?
opinion does
Look at the
not
king
mean
of the
I'm
jungle.
disrespecting you. It's just telling you how I feel.
right. Hey, I'm gonna go to the comments right now. Miss Cheryl said men are called, she said men are called to be spiritual leaders of their home, correct? Douglas said, H.O.G, you have a good point. I lived in Saudi Arabia for 1 year, and it is on another level on how they treat women. They do. Like, so that's why I was trying to make y'all understand, like in certain different areas, like the stuff that American women do here,
They don't.
We
you would
wouldn't get away with at
you
That's
would
right.
all.
you would
They
have
We'd
been
be
treat
killed,
beheaded.
women
you would have
like
did
shit.
all type of things too in other
Those men
countries.
treat
Yeah,
women
like
like shit. For
yeah,
Yes.
sure.
I agree.
You
They
are
don't listen to nothing they say.
a number, a figure. If I want to fuck you today, I'm gonna fuck you today. If I
yeah.
don't want to fuck you today, stay where the fuck you at, or you gonna get your ass kicked. For real, they treat.
So true.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been where he been. I've
Mm-hmm.
been in other countries exposed the same shit. They all
Mm-hmm.
treat women like shit, and they mainly gay.
Right. That's crazy.
Yup.
Hey, let's talk
Lee.
about this though.
Point.
Let's get
Hey, he's
into
speaking
this.
of facts though.
Let's get into this. Let's
He
get
been where I've
into
been too. Shit, he know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
right. Let's get into this though. So, like I said, we always try to give we want to give some of the problems in the relationships in black cultures, but then we want to get some solutions. So, like, I'm gonna have some questions for the both men and women, but uh just to kind of give like a open ear and like get more in detail and what are women really looking for in relationships nowadays, like from the black men, like what are y'all looking for?
So, like I say, I've been married for 14 years. Uh I'm only looking for, let me see, because it's kind of,
Hold on, cuz,
you know,
hold on, cuz. Let me.
The question is kind
I
of
read
vague
the
though. Can
question.
we
I
narrow
read
it
the
down a little
question
bit?
wrong. I read the
yeah.
question.
Yeah. Let's
I
narrow it.
said I read the question wrong. I said, why do women get into relationships basically? Like, is it for convenience or is it really for love? Like, I
Okay.
read the question totally wrong.
Right.
So
Okay.
why
So,
do women get in relationships? Convenience or love?
I mean, with myself, I get in relationships for love. And I say it all the time. I'm big on love. I'm like a sucker for love. Like you can come scoop me off my feet. Like I'm just like I'm be in love with you. Like just show me that attention. Show me that. But for convenience, I have had certain things and certain people I didn't got in relationships for convenience. Like
That's
this
true.
this
That's
nigga
real.
might can do something for me or he can do this for me or whatever. And I mean it's just been what it was. So I don't know. I don't know why I would get into it besides for love. But I have, like I said, had those times where I got in for convenience and it's been for a reason. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I know what this is. This is what it, This is just what, whether it be sex, money, he got this or
Hey,
whatever, and I need it at that time.
appreciate you for being honest. What
Yeah.
you think about that, D?
So, like manifesting millions, I'm a sucker for love too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it. I love that whole idea of love, but so that if I'm dating you and I'm feeling you like that, that the purpose for me is for love and for healthy long-term relationship slash marriage. Like eventually get there, but healthy. I want it to be healthy. So
Right.
yeah, my purpose of getting into a relationship is absolutely for love.
Okay. What about
And
you?
also to leave a
Okay.
legacy for like children, because I
Kids,
feel like a
family
lot of the kids
business.
these days, yeah,
Don't
well,
know
no, no,
love.
no, no, I'm talking about a legacy of love and
Okay,
a
They
cool.
don't
legacy
know
of healthy
love.
relationships,
Yeah.
especially in the Black community, because a lot of these days our kids don't have examples of that. Like
That's right.
hell, even us probably like barely most of us can't even look back in our family and say
Right.
that they have an example of a good long lasting marriage that was healthy and good and a great example for us. So not yeah, legacy money wise, but I'm talking about a legacy of love, of a
Love.
legacy of healthy love.
All right.
Hey, Twan.
How you feel about this, Shannon?
I agree with what D said.
Man.
I think I'm really more. The reason I am single is because of the convenience part. Let's just say that I can come out here today and get a man with money. I done had him, but I mean, it's just
Get
not.
paid,
I'm
you don't
not
get
happy.
paid.
So I have to be in love with you to stay with you, and honestly be okay with myself. Forget that money. Forget
Right.
everything else. At the end of the day, I want to be in love.
Right, cool. What about you, Miss Ryan?
It just depends on like what point in life you were talking about. Like when I was younger, I was a straight gold
Looking for
digger,
money.
upfront and honest about it. Like I didn't lie. I put it out there. If you chose to like spoil me with stuff, then you did
Mm-hmm.
it. And when it came to having
He would
sex,
have took the drinks, Lee.
going to do that, then it was just on to the next. And like I didn't hide anything. I was honest. So, but like with him, I don't know. I just spent time with him and like he grew on me. And, we've been together since what, 2005? Yeah. Hmm.
All right, bet. Good question. Hey, so now I'm gonna go to the men, and I'm gonna stick right here where we at. I'm gonna stick right there with the rhymes. I'm gonna go with my brother Lee on what makes a man feel like his strengths aren't aren't being acknowledged.
What makes a man feel like his strengths are not being acknowledged? Shit, that's a good one. I don't know. Huh. I don't even know, cause I
I'm
guess it do.
surprised. I'm surprised you don't know this one.
Me too. I was gonna say that, Cheddar.
Lee, listen here, bro. This is where
I mean, because that's the one that's the one issue
Bring
I
you come
don't
back.
have. That's the one issue I ain't never had. So
Mm.
okay, cool, fair enough. What about you, Jay?
All right, so my mind is like going every which way right now. I wanted to respond to the last question, but then I forgot the question.
Okay.
And then because I was thinking of that last question, I do not know
The
what it
last question, hold on, I got you. I'll repeat it for you. The last question was, it was basically aimed at the women though. Like,
Yes,
what
I'm tracking.
it was basically saying that why do women get in relationships? Is it for convenience or love?
Okay, yeah. So I did want to respond to that. So this is my opinion. So please don't beat me up too much on this. Um, but this goes for men and women as a whole, right? I don't like separating the genders when it comes to stuff like this because we all people at the end of the day, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Um, nobody wants to be alone.
Exactly.
So
That part.
most relationships is out of convenience.
Okay.
Now, everybody hopes that convenience of a relationship will evolve into something else,
Love.
love. I don't I think most people, it's probably a 50-50. When they go out there, they go out there looking for love. But the relationships that they get starts on convenience, because
Mm-hmm.
you do not love somebody from the first minute you meet them.
Hell no.
Right.
So it
That's
starts
right.
it starts on the convenience. Now your end game may be love, but you don't start off with love. You start off with, okay, I like you, you like me. That's the convenience part. That's where you start at, and then you grow. You grow from the convenience into love.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Fair
that's
enough.
what I'm gonna put on that one.
You
Fair
still
enough.
Hmm. I
Hey,
like
any
that.
birthday shouts out we got this month? We usually do a birthday shout out. The month of August, I got 1,000 people that got birthdays.
And what was the question for the man again?
The question for the men was, we already went through that, bro. You slacking.
no, I didn't get
He
no
was
answer.
asleep.
I
Hey,
didn't
I
get
missed
no
that one
You
too
answer.
as
talking
well.
about,
Hey,
Like,
what,
got an
Scotty, where you
answer.
been?
what you talking about? What's the question for the
But
man? On the set or
What's the
sippy game?
question for the man? You just asked.
He
What?
about buzzed.
Which one was?
The
The
question
question is for
was,
the man.
what makes a man feel like his strengths are not being recognized?
Yeah, gotta get this one for sure.
That was the question.
it's the feet, Gotti.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead, guy.
man.
Yeah, man.
That's what you gonna
Please
say.
don't get him
No,
started.
it's the provide and the protection and all of that. It's the moments when it ain't there, and he ain't stressing and he gonna make it happen and get it, and you can't reciprocate any type of feminine gestures as far as a kiss, as far as a hug, as far as a back rub, nothing to reciprocate the energy of all the hard work he doing to make sure you or your kids eat, and he might not eat.
Mm.
mm, mm.
Hey, shoot the guns too.
My bad.
Are you
Gotta,
reading
Shoot
from a
the
book?
guns too. Shoot the guns too.
gotta better shoot the
Hey,
gun.
let's
My
keep it
I ain't
simple.
bad.
got the guns, but hey, that's a
Can we
true
keep it
statement
simple?
though. That's a true statement though, and he kept it simple. Like that's just real talk.
That
Like,
was good.
cause it's a lot of men. It's a
He
lot of men
waving.
that go through
You
this
listening?
silently
He
too, though.
waving.
They go
You
through that
listening?
silently though. They don't express
Hmm.
themselves because they feel like that they might come off too harsh, or a person might feel a certain way by them elaborating on this. So that was a good point.
We
Can,
Go
can I
ahead.
supposed to
speak on
keep.
that? Can I speak on
We
that?
supposed to just keep
Hold
it
on. Let me
moving.
see.
Well,
Hold on, Jay.
can
Wait.
You
J
gotta think.
J Scott? I just have another question for the men, but I think J
Okay.
Scott wanted to
All right.
touch
Let me
on
let
that
Jay go
question.
first. Then,
Okay.
since go ahead, Jay.
So I think that goes back to society as a whole, right? So we know as generations come up, things change, and now we're in this generation to where men are being more like devalued. I know. Lee got the word, but I'm trying not to go to Lee because Lee gonna go on a whole nother tangent.
He going in.
We are being demasculated. We're being demasculated as a man, right? And because of that, that is how we got here.
This ain't the
Uh,
right podcast for that.
like I said, I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I know Lee
Yeah.
has like a whole set of this.
Yeah, and we'll go a whole another 3 hours.
We
So
will.
Yeah,
Everybody
he'll go
said this
in.
ain't the
He'll go
podcast.
in.
let's go to Miss D with her question though, real
It's
quick.
the individual character of that woman. Ain't got nothing to do with society, because society ain't raising that woman. Her mama raising her.
Mm.
So if she ain't holding
Huh?
herself accountable and taking care of her man, that ain't got nothing to do with 97 other women that ain't taking
Hey,
care of their
Marge,
business. It's on her.
Yeah.
go ahead, Miss D.
Okay. So just kind of hitting on the last question a little bit, and it may be a little bit related, but it's kind of like a two-part question. So what Jay Scott said, I would like for y'all to kind of give maybe 3 to 5 things that women specifically could do to make men feel more valuable, and
So
emotional
so
vulnerability.
you got solutions.
Well, yeah, kind of, because
I got
also in my
I got
experience,
solutions too. Let's go.
I come across a lot of men that are emotionally unavailable. Like they just
Say it.
don't offer up that vulnerability. So
Say it.
what can we as women do to get that from you? How can we provide that safe space for you to feel like you can be
Open
vulnerable
up.
with your emotions? Because the way I see it is I can't fully trust you with my emotions if you can't even trust yourself with your own to be able to show them.
Yeah, D.
What percentage of the women out here are willing to let that man express that without saying he weak?
Hey,
Me,
Mars.
I'm
Put your
one.
hands
I
up.
can't
Hey,
Ladies, put your
Mars.
I
hands
can't
up.
I can't
The
speak for
Hold
question should
on,
be,
everybody,
hold
but I
have
on,
you
know
hold
ever
on.
I'm
been
He made
one.
a
emotionally
point. Hey,
unavailable?
Mars. For
I
real.
guess.
But
And I
that
got
goes
my pen
deeper.
ready.
That
I'm
goes
taking
deeper
notes.
because we were taught not men were taught in a sense not to cry, not to show
That's right.
emotion. And
By
we were just
whom?
discussing that
By whom? By
on the
whom were they
Oh,
taught
podcast.
that
this way?
Like
yeah.
you have to, why not show that emotion? Even when you're
Exactly.
teaching your son or daughter now, let them see you cry,
Yeah, lead
opposed
by
Is
to
that the
example.
not
question?
crying around them, or so it's I mean, if more men start crying and showing that emotion, maybe a lot of these women wouldn't be out here, telling them that they weak or whatever.
Or
Because
So
not even
I
trying
don't
to
think
speak
that.
that
up.
briefs well. That briefs very, very well, right? But if a man were to cry in front of a woman, right, in front of a woman,
She gonna be calling him a
Every
wimp and all type of
how
shit.
do how
every
you gonna handle
every
yourself, right?
time
He was crying and
every time he
Now,
needs to have a
That's
sensitive
what I
Now,
moment.
said.
yes, men,
I cried in front of my wife when we
men
watched
feel
Till
a lot.
last week. What is you talking about?
I mean,
Every
But
men
time
y'all
you
feel
been
a
have a
lot.
married for a
sensitive
long time,
Men,
so
moment,
that
you in
don't
there
count. We
crying.
ain't talking.
men probably have
Uh,
more emotions, I mean, I can't say more, the same
yeah,
or more than a female.
yeah.
Show us then.
See, that's
No,
why
we
I'm
yeah,
got
That,
more.
saying
that
Y'all
goes
like
that
don't
goes
what
back.
show
We
it.
got
But
more.
Right.
listen, but
that's
listen
why
to
my question
But it goes
is
right in that's part, right? That goes back to society and how we were raised, right? If a man were to show all the emotions that they're going through, what woman would actually be able to handle that?
None.
good point.
but we
I
don't
mean,
know
we show
that. We
ours.
don't know that though.
Good
We show
point
That's the
though.
Y'all
ours.
so
point.
ain't supposed to know.
So
And
good
y'all
but
point.
that's
handle
the
us.
thing.
You
We
have
got
Okay,
you
we
have
so
got
men that show that emotion, and
wait.
women demasculate.
Jay.
Like they freaking tear the men apart.
That's
They're
wrong.
bitches.
That is
They're
very
Jay,
beneath
true.
them because they
That's
We
show
cry
that
wrong.
with you.
emotion.
That's
We
wrong.
cry
you're right
with
about
you.
Yeah,
that.
So y'all,
look at
Yes.
it, Tyrese.
But
Tyrese was showing emotion, and look what the world did to him.
Yep.
What more do they want from
It
him?
was the guys who did that to him.
Yeah, the
how
guys
many
did. You're
how
right.
many of y'all women want a moist man?
there's a
Look,
balance to everything, but I'm
exactly.
saying
I
when you're
understand the balance, but
Hold
developing,
a
on,
man
hold
cannot
on, Jay.
Let
openly
her
show
talk.
that
Jay,
emotion.
Jay, hold on. Go ahead.
but so okay, so yes, I get it. As a whole, society is that way, but like you said, this podcast likes to educate, right? And I'm all about educating. I don't want to be
That's
single
right.
forever. So what can we do as women to make you feel valued and create a safe space for you to be emotionally vulnerable?
Good
That's
question.
I mean, it's easy, but it's not easy, right? It goes with communication. I mean, I know we talk about this every podcast, right?
moist man.
Mm-hmm.
Communication and education. That is the most valuable thing that we have as a community. Like as
Communicate.
I ain't even gonna say black and brown community, but as people as a whole, education and communication is the most important. You have to know your audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to
Mm.
present yourself, if you're trying to talk or convey something to somebody else, you have to know your audience. You have to know who you're doing that to,
Mm.
Yeah.
and vice versa. You
Learn
cannot
your person.
sit there and be set in your own ways,
Say
thinking
it.
Mm-hmm.
thinking that the world is going to accept you. I'm not saying you have to change who you are, but you have to be willing to adapt to
That.
everybody else.
I
Okay,
kind of
let's
made
switch
a
up.
Good
point.
job, Jay Shot.
Yeah,
Now let's
I
switch.
like that. It
Let's switch
reminds
up.
me,
Oh, go ahead.
manifesting millions, of the point that I made when we kind of had talked about this before. Like he was saying, you got to learn your person, because a lot of times what we learn is how to show up for people in ways that we feel like we would need to be shown up if we were in their shoes,
Mm-hmm.
versus learning that person and being able to show up for them in ways that they
Exactly.
need us to. It doesn't mean sacrificing ourselves. It does mean learning that person and compromising enough for you to be able to meet each other's needs.
Right. Hey,
Exactly.
now check this out. Check this out. So piggybacking
Put
off
on
of
the
what
business
D
card.
said, picking off of what D said, for us when they come to men, like, what was that question you had? You said
Being
Uh,
vulnerable, bro.
What?
you said what can we do? What can y'all do to make it, to make them
a
feel
safe space.
a safe space, right? So, um, for example, one thing is like this: like I know great men out here, like from a man's perspective, that do everything that they supposed to do on like father figure role, like being there, being protective and stuff like this, to the point to where like they don't. I'm getting lost on what I was gonna say, but
You said men protect to
Let's
nah,
like
get,
fathers.
not
ready
protect.
to
It was
I'm
something.
ready to get it
Hold on,
together.
I'm finna get it. I'm finna get
Take
it.
your
It's
time. Let them
okay.
use you.
So like this, like how often are men, and not saying that you gotta praise everything that a man do, but how often do women uh uh elaborate or speak about the good things that men do? You see what I'm saying?
So,
Like
like
I feel
words
like
of affirmation.
that's a point that can help
Affirmation. There
them
you go.
feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
So, like,
Okay.
or so, are you referencing like the
That
love
shit don't
languages,
work
like
for everybody
like
because
words
I
of
don't give a fuck
affirmation?
about no affirmation.
Nah, not affirmation. I'm saying like
Okay.
basically like okay,
That is
so I had
affirmation.
a question that we're gonna say like how often are the good things that men do brought
Praising
up
him
are brought up? Like nah,
instead of
it's
talking
not about
bad.
praising. It's not about praising him. It's about how often do you bring up what he do good opposed to what he do bad.
Does bad.
I
Because
got you.
women can say all day, oh yeah, well he cheated on me or he treated me like this, but what caused him to go to that point? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What caused him to get to the point to where like it ain't just because you was doing everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? So like what that's like an element that I feel like that can help.
Can I
Like,
say something, though?
yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something, though?
Yeah.
Okay, so like what you saying right now, okay, so like what you describing right now in my mind for me is what my wife needs. I don't give a fuck about no words.
Right.
I give a flying fuck about where I need you to do what I asked you to do. I need you to do what
Actions.
what
Actions.
you know what
Love
I
languages.
expect. That's what I need.
Okay.
That's what make me feel loved. That's what make me want to be vulnerable. That's what made me put my guard down.
Mm,
That's what take the asshole out of me.
me
Right.
too.
Mhm.
I'm saying like
But
I don't give a fuck about you, man. Look,
I got
words
you
flow
I got
in
you
the
manifesting
fucking
you know.
air, bro. Like for real, them motherfuckers come out your mouth and go up in the fucking air. Who give
Yeah.
a fuck about that? When you do some shit, when you show me some shit,
That's
then we
right, Lee.
There
So
you
he's
go.
an act of service.
Go ahead, manifest.
I mean, I definitely agree with him. When you're doing and showing action, it's a big difference than um words or whatever. And like she said, she's asking what can we do as women to show you that we're here. We want, you can talk to us, you can cry with
Hmm.
us, you can cry as a family as a whole, because not only do I want you to be my protector, I don't want you to walk around like you some big whatever to where I gotta be, not on eggshells as
On
well.
eggshells.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
want you to cry. I want you to feel vulnerable, but I don't think that a lot of men know that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're too busy trying to be that protector, or if they're not trying to be that protector or see something with that woman, they trying to be that player. You know what I'm saying?
The
So I
prize.
don't know.
Protective part
Like,
is their job
No,
though, right?
no. I think we're not understanding what's actually happening right now.
For black men, it's a whole different ball game though, because see what you got to understand is we walk around every day with a chip on our shoulder that can't nobody take off our shoulder.
But we didn't
as a
do it.
black man.
The shit we go
True.
through, the shit we
True, Shannon.
experience in the world in general. You see
But
what I'm
don't
But
saying?
blame
we
it
we
on
here
women.
with you as black
Not
women
all
too.
the time.
Don't blame that on women though.
Listen,
We
I'm
here
not
Right.
with you as
saying
black women too.
Yes.
is what I'm saying is you have to understand before you ask certain questions. That's what I'm saying. Because we are not vulnerable for a fucking reason. We walk around how we walk around, all puffed up and shit for a fucking reason. We knock shit down and kill shit for a fucking reason.
Now that's on the outside of your home. That's where it should be. Not we're not saying like she said. There's a balance.
When you won't pay attention to see where you inject yourself for a man like that, because that's really the kind of man I am, so I can speak from experience. When you won't inject yourself the right way, then you'll never know. Because all I'm gonna be is what I can be. Because that's how I've been taught. That's how I done survived. You gotta
Survival.
understand. I wasn't supposed to make it.
Coach, tag me in.
I wasn't supposed to make it to 21, 25, or 30. I turned 39 in a couple months. You see what I'm saying? So why would I go against what's then kept me? Why would I go against what's then kept my family? You gotta figure it out, just like we gotta figure it out. And we got a whole bunch of more shit against us.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this from a man perspective too, because like a lot of times, like even if a woman is telling us something that can benefit us, like us being the man, we always take offense to that shit.
Yes,
like,
right.
That's just being not honest. That's just a natural ass instinct, because you're looking at it like, okay, we the leaders, we are set here to do this and that. And sometimes when women come, a lot of the times it be whether it's the tone or it could be the tone, it could be the verbiage, like what they spitting and shit like that. Because like a lot of times when you get into these uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable conversations, like say for instance you in an argument with your wife or with your significant other, like women hit low as fuck when they come to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, y'all do. Y'all very good at hitting low and shit.
We feel like you can take it because you walking around with your chest puffed out.
You can take it from another man. You can take it from us.
For a weak man though, that's not a good method though, because they can lead him to cheat, they can lead him to beat on you. Like it's a lot of different things that y'all don't take in consideration when y'all blubbering off shit. Like, and then the only difference is like, okay, you can say whatever you want to say to that man, and you know he might be strong on many levels, but you trying to break him to make him feel like it ain't, you know, nothing else out there that's gonna accept him or no shit like that, which they could go vice versa.
Yeah.
But in those instances to where you get mad, like I feel like, are you holding your true feelings back until that point to just lash out and let him know what he's not opposed to what he is? You see what I'm saying? A lot of times that's what happened in our black relationships. Like, and like I said, it could go both ways. Sometimes you get the dude saying this to the woman, and he knows he knows she hard body. She'll get out here and do shit that men won't do, and this and that. Same thing, vice versa. But we have to come to a level to where we gotta get out of this measuring shit. We gotta stop measuring like, oh, I do this and I do that and I do this shit, and just do the shit genuinely, or don't do the shit at all.
At all.
So one of the
if you measuring,
that I think
do the bum 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 bum.
So one of the things that I think that we can help y'all become more vulnerable with is just doing cleanses together. Just cleanse yourself together as people. If we're not gonna do it sexually, let's do it as people. Let's go back to sitting and talking. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
if y'all do
gonna
the cleanse, y'all will know, because you'll make yourself more vulnerable to each other.
Hey, fellas, we're gonna take that in consideration too, because I know, like I said,
man, fuck that. Tag me in, coach. Put me in. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
God damn it.
He said, tag me in, coach.
So, just like Cheryl was saying, shout out to Cheryl, because we're on the same wavelength right now. Everybody has a different love language. You have to know your partner's love language in order for y'all to be able to be successful throughout the length of your relationship.
Correct.
It does not matter how submissive you are to the next person or how alpha you are to the next person. If your love language is not in sync, if you not know how to speak the language of your partner, you fail
Preach.
already.
Yes.
That goes back to that learning your partner so you can show up for them in
Exactly.
ways that
Like
they need you to.
now, we talk about a lot of shit on here, right? And excuse my dogs, but we talk about a lot of shit on here.
Dogs.
And the stuff that we talk about, right, is needed in the community. But we do need to realize, right, communication is the absolute key to success.
Yep.
But you have to
Especially
know
in
how,
relationships.
but you have to know how to communicate with people. You cannot always communicate like you do not communicate in the bedroom the same way you do in the kitchen, as opposed to the same way you do in the boardroom or in the conference room at work, right?
Hey, man.
You have to know. You have to know how to communicate with your audience. Every audience is different, right? And I mean, everybody here is educated. We're all professionals, right? So we know we have to first and foremost for anything, identify your audience. You have to know who you are communicating to. Not saying you have to change yourself or bow down to somebody else, but you have to be able to communicate effectively with the person that you're talking to.
And that person has to be willing to receive that
Presentation
communication as
got in
well.
the building, man.
Right? You
Because
wanted
it's a
something
two-way
from that,
street.
right? You wanted something from
Reciprocity.
the person, right? So I understand that. I understand that. But you are the one that wants something from that person, right? You cannot expect the person that you are that you're the one engaging with to be able to accept you. You have to get to the point to where they feel that they need to accept you.
Right.
Because
But people,
if you start talking to me, right, I'm looking at you like who are you? You have to make me want to engage with you. So that goes back to you have to know your audience.
some people are just brick walls, though, and but
Right.
that's a whole other rabbit hole that we could go down because that
Everybody can be broken.
Yes,
I think
childhood.
everybody can be broken.
Hey, like I say, like D say, I think like we say all the time though, like me and my brother say, like it's a two-way street or a no way. It's two ways.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't expect me to do something that you're not willing to do, and that's just the
say
gist.
it.
Go ahead,
Yes.
go ahead, Shannon. Hold on. Go
No,
ahead.
I agree with that. It's called. First of all, we talked about this last night on our podcast, y'all. Can you handle it? Accountability
Y'all didn't invite
is
me
the
though.
key. Accountability. Men and women need to be
Like
accountable.
Miss Cheryl said, treat others like you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Rule.
Man,
Treat me like you want to be treated, and
hey
hold
man,
Yes,
accountability
ma'am.
for
I got to
you.
take a break. I'll be right back. I got to take a break. Go ahead, Shannon. You keep going.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Hold accountability for yourself first, because I
Mhm.
can't learn who you are if you're not willing to open up to me and show me that. Y'all keep saying we have to
Right.
learn this audience, learn this person, but how do you do that when a person is not willing to open up to you?
Right. That part.
Make me feel that I'm in a safe place.
I
That's
mean,
what
people
But
can do that
how?
to you, but if a man has been through something in his past,
No,
or he's been through something that we can't deal with, how do we get him to open up? Because I can make you feel safe,
Vice
but
versa.
maybe something in your past made you feel unsafe.
Definitely
Yeah.
what Shannon said. I'm a
Right.
firm believer of that. I
Vice
just went through
versa.
that. It's but like for a sense of me getting to know a new person. I'm gonna speak on that. Like I said, this person did everything. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Outside of my marriage, this was the greatest person. I thought I was getting to know this person, whatever. But this person had other things going on in his past that I couldn't cater to, even though I provided him a safe place. Somebody like to where I started feeling like a therapist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can provide that safe place and all this other stuff, but they gotta want to reciprocate that same thing. You know what I'm
Yes, and
saying?
don't put your
And if they're
past
not
off.
willing, it's not gonna happen.
And like
Yeah.
y'all don't want us to put our past on the next man. We feel the same way. Don't put what happened with you and other people on us. We didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It been
Right.
13 and a half minutes. 13 and a half minutes. Ain't nobody answered the question yet.
What's the
Well,
question?
You just proved a
but
point to where why men
The
cannot open
question
up to
she
women
asked.
because of that right there.
No, she asking, how can she make it better for you as a man?
That's right.
First of all, she should be able to identify and see everything you're doing, and
I
just
but
said
take that load off. You don't have to take every load off. Take a load off of something he's doing at certain times. If he's
Okay.
paying all the bills and you know you got nail money and all this type of shit, save that shit up and be like, look,
so
I got the bills this month.
so I
Understandable.
Even if
actually
it's 1 month out the year,
wait, hold
Understandable.
up,
take
hold
something
up.
that he's
So
providing that make your life better and take it off his hands for a change for a little amount of time. We're not expecting
I
it to be all the time, but if you see when he come home, he's stressed and you ain't ran no bath water type shit.
go
It's
ahead.
just like, you know
all
what I mean?
men don't let you
Where we
know
gonna eat? And you
because
and when he come home, have a decision made on what you want to eat. Simple shit.
But that's shit that should be talked about
Hold
before
on,
you get
hold on,
into
Jake.
this.
Hold on, Jake. Hold on, Jake.
Just simple shit.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You know he there. He's a provider. He there for the kids. You know, whatever soccer practice coming up, and he get off work and he's still there after he done work 12 hours.
Hey,
Hey,
Maj.
don't sit at home. Got that bad water ran. Got whatever your favorite meal prepared. We gonna be back
Hey
in a
man,
couple
let the
hours.
church. Hey, let the church say.
It ain't gotta be no motherfucking rocket science.
Got
You
it.
know what I mean? Go
All
get
right,
his favorite drink. You
we
know
got
he's
a
stressed.
question.
He gonna sit down on his favorite chair, have his favorite drink ready.
We got a question,
It
bro. You
ain't
right about
what
that.
Yeah, it ain't got
what
to be a
if
lot of energy dispersed just to make it better. It's just
what if a
you
woman is
should be
doing all
tuned
that
into
though?
what he already like.
What
Got
if
it.
a woman
Listen
is
to the
doing all
question.
that? What if a woman is doing all that and he's still closed off and doesn't feel safe
And
to
he's
open
not
up and
reciprocating
to
to
let
her.
you in, and he's not reciprocating? I just got out of this situation like
Me too,
2 weeks
girl.
ago.
Me too,
That's
girl.
why I'm asking. I'm like his truck broke down. I'm like, you need
He ain't
something.
feel
How can
safe
I
with
help
you.
you? What can I? Yes.
What?
What's safe though? I mean, what you mean by safe? Because
Willing to
So wait,
talk.
most
willing
men
willing
feel
to open
safe.
up, willing to
We
open
already
up.
what we have to do is make sure we get home and make sure you get home and the kids get home. Everybody got to be
But
so safe. But a woman don't realize, oh, my mama got a son too that need to be safe. We not expecting y'all
but that's
to
what I'm saying.
account for us.
I want to make sure you got home safe. I will
Me
stop my
too.
day
I
in the
want to
middle
But
of the
call
day to
you
take him
as a
lunch
woman,
to
and
make sure
say,
he's
did
woman,
you get
eating
home
that.
safe?
as a
No,
woman,
but
y'all can't really
listen,
make sure that we got home safe.
But we can
I can
still
call
ask.
you
You
and
can't
ask.
make sure we
Yeah,
got
I
home
can
safe
check
because
up
we
on.
got a
But
different mentality when it comes to if you hear noise in the middle of the
okay,
night, we hopping
all
up
right,
and you
okay.
waking Bay up. You wake
Right,
So
but
Bay
wait,
up.
but it
okay.
goes
So
back to the whole
it ain't
first
the
That
the
ain't
first
safe.
shit,
That,
right?
that's
Oh my
safety on the different
Y'all saying the
safety
same
as
stuff
in
but different ways.
I mean,
you
Okay,
mean
so
no.
emotionally
hold
safe?
on.
We
Is
talking
that
about emotionally.
let's stop.
yes,
Let's
I'm
let her
talking about
make the
emotionally.
question.
Yeah.
So
Talk
what
to
was,
you about
I'm
what was you trying to
I'm
say?
Man, I
I'm
don't
talking about emotionally,
He's
but
talking about emotion.
when you're talking about like the physical stuff, like I'm gonna make sure if I'm rocking with you, I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of. Like the
Exactly.
dude that I was talking to, when I say I would literally stop the middle of my day to go make sure he had lunch when he forgot it at home or something like that. Anytime that he needed something, I was always trying to be there for him, but he would not allow it.
Mm-hmm.
real good one.
Anytime that I like if there was something that I had an issue with, I'm not popping off. And I'm spicy. I can pop off. I'm
Praise
not popping
Jesus.
off. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you respectfully. I'm saying, hey, I noticed that this is going on. I can you help me understand where that's coming from? And then he would start a little bit opening up, but not completely to where he wanted to fully let me in. But I kept telling him, the more you do this, the more I understand you and the more I can be patient with you.
Yes.
But you have to continue that and
Mm,
instead of getting to like a toe in and then freaking out and
yeah.
All right.
reverting backwards.
I
But
would
if we're
say
doing all
you
that,
doing the right thing. You doing the right thing that a man need. We not used to it. We don't see that every day. We don't see
now I
that in
did get
15
told that.
relationships.
What?
I
15
literally
But
relationships.
there.
We don't
I
hear nothing you
literally
just said in
wait,
15
listen.
relationships. 20
Listen,
years.
listen,
We ain't hear
listen.
nothing. You just, we ain't seen
Yeah.
you. We ain't
Listen,
had you
listen.
walk through
But
the
we are
I
door
not the
literally
randomly.
had him.
past.
I literally had him tell me because when I was addressing some issues that I had and I asked for his opinion and how he felt and he was like it don't matter and I was like yes it does. He was like
Mm-hmm.
no it doesn't and I was like
Mm.
yes it absolutely does and he was like well it ain't never mattered before but that ain't my problem because that's them and not that's and I'm me and it
A lot.
matters to
So
me
To
and you're
me.
dealing with me now.
Say it,
we
girl.
we we dealing with us, our past, and a lot of the women, they pass.
Yeah.
So we got to put us on the back burner because of 17 other dudes that wasn't about shit and address her shit and not ever get to our shit. We still
Yeah,
Okay,
every
so
but
day,
see,
we every day
Hold
but
still
on.
y'all
we
dealing
saying
with
got
the
to break
same
Hold
thing
that.
on.
about
We
women.
got to
So
we're
break
let's
dealing
that
with
let's bring
cycle.
her
her
past.
safety. Come
Let's
on
let
now.
Trina come
We're
in.
dealing with
Let's
y'all
let Trina
safety
come in.
every day. Y'all
Let's let
issues
Trina come
every
in, bro.
day.
Go ahead, Trina. I mean Shannon.
So y'all saying the same thing about us all the time. Like we can't, we're not him. Like y'all making us suffer for something somebody else did, but y'all doing the same thing.
No, 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 no. I think what he's saying is this, like, so it's not even you're not even allowing me to do the same thing that he do because your mind's still stuck on what he did. So you bringing it into the current relationship. So
That's
But he
called
most
just said
unhealed
that. He
trauma.
said as a man, they got past issues. What this woman, they not used to a woman
nah,
doing this or a
nah,
woman doing that because they
what
weren't
he's
used to
saying
it.
is this. What he's saying is this. I think he coming more of an appreciation type thing. Like, okay, a real you ain't gotta tell a real woman what you do because she gonna acknowledge that. The same thing,
Exactly.
vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not.
Exactly.
I don't feel like he coming like that. Like to where like he's saying that you know that she just going out for this and that. No, most relationships. First of all, we don't heal first before. I know many of niggas that I mess with that claim player shit and boss and I'm pimping.
But they ain't healed.
But guess what though? They can't go 365 days without being with a woman. If you ask my wife, bro, I swear to God, I was like when I was a player and really out here in the streets, I was really a player like for a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go from relationship to relationship to relationship. That's why I was able to make decisions to make all of my children with one lady. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes that's not
Mhm.
confident, they're gonna reach out to these different outlets. Like
Yeah.
you haven't even give yourself time enough to
Heal.
learn who you are, what
Exactly.
you do wrong, what you because like I said, it's not always about what the other person did wrong. You if you breaking up with a person and you get in a relationship less than 6 months after a breakup, that shows some type of that shows something. And whether
Yep.
it's good or bad, but that shows something. You need to learn how to sit, learn yourself,
Love
evaluate,
yourself.
be accountable. That way, when
Mm-hmm.
you go into that next
I hear you,
relationship, you
Douglas.
don't throw these statements at this man like, some stuff that he's never even done, the action that he's never even done. You throwing it at him, and that's for a woman or a man because
Yeah.
you got men out here that's been hurt by dog ass females. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And they don't know how to approach the next relationship because they haven't healed themselves. They don't know, hey, it's gonna take me it's gonna take me a whole year to sit, meditate, fast, pray to God. Like, you know what I mean? Like most niggas ain't doing that. Most females ain't doing that. They just going for convenience. Okay,
Mhm.
this next person, like Manifest a Million was saying. Like when I was free, she said when she was free, yeah, I did things that benefited me. Ain't nothing wrong with it because that's the game. That's how this shit come.
Exactly.
Until you understand the game and know that it's not all about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Facts,
Relationship PTSD is a real thing.
It
yeah, it is.
definitely is.
facts, facts, facts.
It is.
And
Look,
unhealed trauma all the way around. And that's
Yeah.
basically what this is boiling down to. People don't want to let people in, whether it's childhood trauma or relationship trauma.
Put on a
People
big
don't want to
screen.
let people in because of that.
yep, you're right.
And it is a real thing. And like I said, the dude that I was dealing with, he was opening up a little bit. I'm not gonna say he wasn't at all, but he was a little bit. And the more he did like about his childhood and some of the stuff that he went through and how he was raised by his mom, I was like, oh, you make a lot of sense. Okay, let me try to work with this. Okay, let me be patient. But this is also what I need. So can you meet me here? But it was never a meet.
Right.
There
Hey,
was never a meet.
we're gonna let Manifest a Million ain't saying nothing in a minute. Talk to us, man.
Look, I like I said, I've been through so much shit the past like 6 months. It's crazy. So I definitely agree with what you're saying, Cho, about just sit back and learn yourself.
Mhm.
I have like I said, I'm a sucker for love. So like
Uh-oh.
I don't care to be alone. You
Shoot,
know
we
what I'm
finna get into
saying?
that comment
Look
And
at
after
that.
this.
Look at that
and
statement,
how do you
Shannon.
be
Yeah,
Miss
we're
Shannon.
alone,
gonna get
or
into
how
the
do
comment
you,
after this. Go
huh?
ahead. Go
Oh,
keep talking. You good.
and um how do you show yourself self-love without being with this guy or that person or whatever, you know what I mean? And just like learning yourself and developing that type of love that you need for yourself before you go out here so that you can love the next person or whatnot. I don't know, I'm learning that. And like I said, I was married for 14 years, so I thought I knew love. I thought I knew what to do. And 14 years, you think that you progress, and sometimes you just don't know that it's probably yourself that you don't know yet. And so I don't know. I'm learning different things, and like I say, the relationships. I've been through a couple of relationships. I'm gonna call them relationships, but you know what I'm saying. Was I moving too fast or whatever? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I don't want to be by myself. I want that family. I want that whole thing. And it could be still with my husband,
Right.
but I have to learn myself first to find that out.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go into some of the comments. Miss Cheryl Jeffrey said some men are intimidated by strong and confident ladies. Now
Hmm.
that's a plus. That's a
Yeah, that's
plus.
true.
You do get a
That's
lot
true.
of dudes out here that's intimidated, but I don't feel there's no reason to be. That only adds to what you bring to the table. Like if you ask
Hmm.
me,
That
uh,
is both ways.
Douglas said relationship is like food. If they are used to cheap and generic food, then they will never know what good food is like. When you
That's
serve
a good point.
Snaps
Facts.
to
That's a good
that.
point.
Facts.
and then he said money, energy, and attention. He said money, energy, attention, and time are main factors in developing successful relationship. Amen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So true.
Yeah, man. But look, hey, this has been a
And
great conversation.
creativity. Can I add creativity to that? Because what if
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
broke? What if you
for sure.
transitioning? What if you in law school? What if you in med school? What if you just ain't really hit that career? That get creative, because
Right.
dating
Yeah.
and pursuing a woman doesn't have to be expensive. Not for me
Right.
Hmm.
anyway.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Use your
Exactly.
resources. Use
Yeah.
your resources opposed to your the dollar. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just shared
Yeah.
a post. I
And
just shared a
people
post the other
people
day
do
about
not
that.
know what they really want.
Yeah, correct.
That too, but it's because they don't know who they really are.
Amen.
Yeah.
They you have
You
Exactly.
got to know who you are to know what you want.
damn it.
Amen.
Exactly.
D, you still on my points. You still on my points, D.
She's the point queen.
Hey
Period.
man, listen. I wish look,
I have,
we could do this all night. It's great
yeah.
conversation. I appreciate everybody that came by and chopped it up with us, bro. Like I feel like that this was a cast that we had really like we had solutions opposed to just pointing fingers and doing this and that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's what
Right.
it's about. At the end of the day, the end result is to try to get to a medium to where we can we ain't got to point the fingers on what a man's supposed to do, what a woman's supposed to do. What are we gonna do to get a solution out of it? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We got kids growing up, we got daughters, we got sons, and we don't want them to grow up seeing the way that it's been. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit gotta change, like for real, or it's
Right.
just gonna be real fucked up, and you're gonna have a lot of people out here that's just making babies and the shit going like how it's going right now.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hey,
The
manifesting millions. Can I
Yeah.
touch on the fact
Hey,
you
we
were
still need
saying
one
that
more.
you were saying that you never really gave yourself the chance. It was kind of you move quick and all that stuff like that,
Hmm.
and that you feel like you're having to get to know yourself all over again. I feel like I was in that space, especially after my engagement ended. And what I did for me was consciously make the decision to not date. And what I did in that time was I read all kind of books, listened to all kind of podcasts.
Hmm.
At that time, I was heavy in the church, so I was doing all kind of single ladies this and relationship this
Okay.
small group. And I took the time to educate myself on relationships, whether it's love languages, whether it's attachment styles, whether it's ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, and how that can influence a person and the way they respond. I literally took time to educate myself on that. And then I also took time to journal to myself as my prayers and all of that stuff, and slowly started learning myself. And you're on earth, you're always going to grow, so you're always going to be a different person. So that was a chapter in your life, and you have to look at who am I in this next chapter. And journaling helped me do that a lot.
Okay.
Great. So Shannon, what you got to say? Cause we better exit up at this jump. We appreciate everybody for being on and stuff like that. So
I'm sorry, my phone messed up. So what were y'all talking about before I got off?
I don't even know.
Whatever.
What's your closing statement?
My closing statement is for men and women to take accountability.
Great. Hey, Mon. Hey, I'm gonna pass the collection plate around in the motherfucker in a minute, man. Hey, Manifest a Million, what you got to say in closing, Miss Lady?
So I just want everybody to get to know themselves, get more in tune with your own spirituality. Whether it don't matter what type of spirituality you want to take, religion, whatever, just get to know yourself, get to know that piece that you need to provide in the world. Like, I don't know, like I said, I'm a big spiritual person, and I feel like that's what has made me a better person these past 3 years. And I feel like find some way to be woke. Like, let's be more woke. That's what I'm gonna end with.
Peace. Hey, Miss Ryan, what you got to close with, Miss Ryan? From what you heard, because I know you weren't here the whole time. So from what you heard, I see my brother over there about to go to sleep. So we're gonna
just something very basic. If you don't have nothing to say nice, then don't say nothing at all. I feel like life and death is in the tongue. So if you need to just be silent, be silent. It's better not to say anything than to like have to try to take back something that you can't. So
that's right.
Take a breath.
Hey, Mon.
I agree.
All right, Miss D, what you got for closing?
So, like I was saying, take time to educate yourselves. It could help a lot, especially in men, the single men out there. Give some of us a chance, because some of us deserve it, and we can show you that we can show up for you in ways that you need it, in healthy ways that you need it. Don't be afraid when somebody is showing you something healthy. Ladies, go out, learn. Everybody, learn. Go learn about relationships.
Hey, Mon. Hey, my boy CEO got it. What's going on? What you closing with, brother?
Let me be strong. Let me be intelligent. Let me provide. And provide me peace.
Yeah.
All right. My nigga with the big hat gave some game on that joint.
Yeah, he did. That was good, Gotti.
What's up with it, Jay? What you closing with? Now we said closing, nigga, not a whole inside. You know, my boy got the point.
You muted.
I mute yourself, bro.
Boom, I got you. All right, here we go. Commitment or compliance?
Okay.
So compliance is you showing up, doing it day to day, doing what you feel that you need to do. But commitment is you showing up, doing it day to day when you don't feel like you want
to. Right.
Hey, man.
All right now.
And that is where we need to be in our community, within ourselves, and the education that we push down to, our youth. Are you committed? Or are you going to be compliant?
Right.
Which one, right? We want everybody, we want to be committed, right? Compliance is like, whatever. Right. Commitment is where we need to be. Even in relationships,
Right.
commitment is the goal.
Commitment before submission.
Exactly.
Hey,
Commitment shows, regardless of what's going on, you were there.
Look, I'm finna start shit with Shannon. I said,
You are there. A to Z. You are there.
J. Scott, you got a cameraman over there, motherfucker?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop now. But hey,
he's speaking some truth,
be
y'all.
committed. Be committed. Do not be compliant.
Right.
And that's me. I'm out.
We got your point, man. That's my brother Jay Scott out of KC. We got Manifesting Millions and Miss D out of Arkansas. We got Miss Shannon out of North Carolina. And we got my other brother up here at the top, financially out of Kansas City. And we got the big head nigga, CEO got it from Germany, man. Look, we really appreciate y'all for tapping in with us as always. Love, and hopefully somebody got something good out the conversation. Y'all know what to do with us. Y'all catch us every Friday at 7 p.m. Kicking Game on the hardest podcast in the motherfucking planet. We go out like we came in. You must stay prayed up.
You must stay papered up.
And you gotta stay pulled up, man.
All right, we out of there.
Bye, y'all.
The things I've been through wasn't great.